like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm moving my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. I'm contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. Quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
Hope everybody's doing real good. Hold on just one second. Let me fix this real quick. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see here. I need to go over here to my thingamabob. Just give me 1 second. Beautiful here today in the North Carolinas, but it's hot. I was out there hanging some towels on the line because that's how we do it in the South. I like stuff hung out on the line when it comes back not smelling like pollution, right? Because sometimes when I hang stuff out on the line, it comes back smelling like, why does it smell like that? Well, there's a lot of pollution in the air that day. Okay, did I do that? Did I do that right? Okay, I think so. My honey is asleep, so I'm all by myself. Oh, let's see here. I wanted to great, thanks. I am live. Anytime you want to come hang out. Right. Let me go tell everybody I'm alive because I got a little ahead of myself. I made my sandwich, got me a drink because my honey is taking a nap. So days like this, I really appreciate what Ollie does for me. What was I just going to do? Oh, yeah. Hey, Catlin, how are you doing? Good to see you. When I see your name, it makes me smile. I know that today's going to be a good day. You always make Rose smile when she sees your name. I hope you people understand just how much y'all brighten our day. Just seeing y'all in chat and hanging out with us, and some of y'all leave some of the sweetest comments, and it's like I love myself so much. You know, that moment from Arizona, Raised in Arizona, where she's like, I love you so much. That's totally me. um, let me go round up some people here. Yeah, I heard the other day that nobody watches my show anyway, and I'm like, that's okay, because I get nervous when it past 20 people. I start getting nervous. So I do. Like when I had to give speeches, man, I have like major social anxiety. So when I start seeing my chat go up and up and up, I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go wash my dog. And I don't have a dog. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I get kind of nervous. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it's stupid. I know, but I do. I get nervous when I'm in front of a large group of people, even if it is like this. You know, you're still like, you know, on display, and you know, people pick you apart. Okay, there's that. Where else was I gonna? I forget what I was gonna do. Was I sharing it here? Is this what I was going to do? Anyway, so today, they're giving it. You're doing your errands, okay? They're giving this to the. They're in deliberations. Last I checked. So prayers in the chat for those two boys, Classic and Sincere, who was later, their name was later changed to Oren and Orson. Cute little boys, man. And some of the testimony, it was said, the oldest son said that the parents complained about them chewing. And so they would puree their food. 2 and 3 year old kids puree their food and give it to them in a sippy cup or bottle. And from what was said on the stand was that caused one of their demise, choking, and then woke up with a covered in vomit with a cold body. So let me put my I don't want to trigger anybody here. So we are talking about a child murder case. If y'all have sensitivities to that, you want to come back in a little bit. But hopefully, it's been given to the jury for deliberation. Last I checked, and we could hear a little snippet. I just have to add commentary to it from this person that I really like her voice. I like, she's very thorough when she is covering a case. And let me give her a plug in right here. Where's my channel at? Here we go. Go to my community wall. And her name is Crime Mystery Monsters. And she reads all of the transcripts to you. So I'm going to play a little bit of that. Then we'll do some commentary, a little bit of that commentary, because that's the way we got to do it around here. But I like her preciseness. I don't know that I would be able to do what she does. So I'm going to plug her and hope you guys go sub up to her. It's Crime Mystery Monsters. And this is some of the closing arguments. It says prosecution's compelling closing arguments. If there was any doubt, there isn't now. So Alicia was one of the ones.
So I'm going to go over what we've got. The bodies
I'm going to talk over it.
Have not been found. Prosecutor Eric Smith says the boys died about 3 months before the West reported them missing.
3 months before reported missing.
Aren't to blame for the boys' disappearance, saying the children were taken while playing in the West California city backyard. Bailiff is letting the public inside the courtroom now, and the jurors will follow in a minute. The jury has entered the courtroom and has taken a seat. Judge Charles R. Bremer told the jury closing arguments may finish today or tomorrow. Bremer
So from last I checked, they are in deliberation.
Springer, and ask everyone to continue to be on good behavior. Prosecutor Eric Smith has begun his closing argument. Case is somewhat different in that nobody bodies have been found, Smith said. He said these types of cases are prosecuted across the country. It's not unheard of in any way.
It's not unheard of to prosecute a case with no body. So if that was what they were hoping for, tough shit. We got you. So listen, prayers.
The fact a murderer successfully disposes of a body doesn't mean they're entitled to an acquittal. The evidence has to show Trezell and Jacqueline West caused the deaths, and if you believe that to be true, you can find them guilty of murder, Smith told the jury. They are wholly and completely dependent on their adoptive parents, but ultimately those adoptive parents were abusive to them, Smith said.
Yeah.
He said the boys are dead.
See, you hear that? He said the boys are dead. I'm going to interrupt this because I have to. For one, fair use is in place here. Put that banner up. Hey, no fear. Sorry you got voted off last night. That was a lot of fun, though. I hope you still bring tacos around. Leave your truck parked out there. Let's see here. Where was that? That was fair use up here. Okay, so yes. This is Crime Mystery Monsters, and she's wonderful. If you don't want to hear my commentary on top of it, please go sub up to her. She is phenomenal.
Did a certain image to their parents and relatives, but that's not who they were. They were physically abusive to Orrin and Orson, Smith said. The Wests adopted for money. They got $1,000 a month for each of their 4 adopted children.
$1,000 a month per child.
Orrin and Orson, not their 2 biological children. Their main source of income came from the adopted children, Smith said. They basically warehoused these children. They kept Orrin and Orson separate from the others. Why?
Warehouse.
Because it was for the money, Smith said.
Off by themselves.
When the adopted children cried, Jacqueline West put an arm around their neck and basically cut off their airway to get them to stop, Smith said. Spankings from Trezell were so severe, the children bled, he said.
Spankings were so severe, they bled. And she had this, they demonstrated it, where she would get on the ground and hold them crisscross applesauce to the point that they lost breath.
This child told a social worker the metal on his father's belt would cause the bleeding. The physical abuse is what happened to Orrin, to Orson, because they were crying, because they were not their own children, Smith said. Smith showed 2 photos, which he said are the last known photos of the boys alive.
Okay, now this is also where they got them. They did not have any photos of these children. The whole time they had these children, they treated them like a paycheck. They did not have photos of these children. And they housed them off separate from their biological children. Separate with them.
Look at Orson's face. Look at the sadness evident in his look. There were more than 65 witnesses and 120 marked exhibits presented in this case, Smith said. He said there is direct evidence, testimony of the West's eldest child, and circumstantial evidence, which he reminded the jury is not lesser than direct evidence.
Circumstantial evidence weighs just as much. That's what he said.
Circumstantial evidence can be used to corroborate witness statements. Counts 1 through 3 relate to Orrin. They are second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and child abuse. Counts 4 through 6 relate to Orson. They are conspiracy to commit murder, second-degree murder, and child abuse.
The reason there's conspiracy added to that one pretty much is because the child kept asking where his brother was. And they were like, well, we got to get rid of him too. He's not going to keep this hush. We can't keep saying that he's somewhere else if his brother's saying, where's my brother?
False reporting an emergency applies to both boys. Smith told the jury a person can be guilty as a direct perpetrator of or as someone who aids and abets in a crime. If you know someone's unlawful purpose and you help them, you can be equally culpable, the prosecution said. Second-degree murder is an unlawful killing and can be either an act or failure to act with knowledge of danger and disregard to human life. You don't have to have an intent to kill for second-degree murder.
Giving them that bottle full
Smith
of
said
mushed up
parent has a legal
food
duty to
and then
care for
putting
their
them to
child.
bed.
If they have a legal duty and fail to act and the child dies, they can be found guilty of murder. In this case, Smith said Orrin was lying there dying, and the West never called an ambulance.
Never called an ambulance for help.
Aid. With Orson, the West conspired to kill Orson after Orrin's death. Smith said they came to an agreement to commit murder. He said they agreed that one of them would intentionally and unlawfully kill. Smith said there was conspiracy to commit the first-degree murder of Orson West. He said there was premeditation and deliberation. He said it's unknown who inflicted the mortal wound to Orson, but it's
okay. So now we know why, and obviously it was physical abuse or giving them, as she put it, putting them in danger, knowing that that's going to be the outcome. So, with this being the closing argument, there's more where the child touched the body and said, "We're not going to call the law, okay? Because you'll get taken."
One of the two co-conspirators, Trezell or Jacqueline, Smith said. A charge of involuntary manslaughter is alleged for Orrin only. The jury can consider that or murder for Orrin's death. The West lived in an apartment on Lotus Lane in Bakersfield for many years. They purchased a home in California City on Aspen Way in September of 2020.
Okay, when they purchased the home, they listed this income, which totaled $8,000 a month, that they were getting in totality and benefits. And that's food stamps. That's all of it is when you're doing a finance write up, all of your income is income. And so all of that would go away if they said, "Oh, this happened." So as the baby lay there dying, they're worried about their home loan going through if he passes. So they hid it.
The question, Smith said, is who moved into that home? Were Orrin and Orson there, or were they already dead? Cal City Police were called on December 21st, 2020. Smith said the agency had no experience with a case of that magnitude, so they asked for help. The FBI responded, but there were issues as to who was in charge. The Bakersfield Police Department later got involved, Smith said. It has to be noted, the foundation of what California City Police were investigation came from two liars, Trezell and Jacqueline West.
Okay, so the FBI did get involved in this case.
The court took a brief recess because a juror got a nosebleed and had to take care of it.
Juror got a
nosebleed.
nosebleed.
911 call reporting the boys missing came in at 5:41 p.m. on December 21st, 2020. The investigation began with that call. Cal City Officer Brian Henson arrived.
Okay, now see, Justice Jane, they had help. They had a lot of family help. They had Jacqueline's mother, and not to mention, the other support systems from the other side. So paternal and maternal help. This was just evil. They didn't like the way the kid cried all the time, and he was probably hungry. You can't eat a cheeseburger pureed all the time and get your belly full, right? This is insane to me. I always thought it was extremely difficult to adopt. I thought many couples wait on lists for years and go through home studies. Where did this go wrong? I think, in my opinion, this was a foster care scenario where they didn't just like go to an adoption agency to adopt a brand new baby. They were going through and using the Department of Social Services as an adoption agency. I have not. I'll watch that though. Is that something about this case? I'll be glad to look that in. Crenshaw
They
Incorporated.
drove around the area and found nothing. They found nothing, absolutely nothing during all of that searching, Smith said, of the helicopter, civilians, and law enforcement that canvassed the area. Police began noticing things the West said weren't adding up. They noted Trezell said he closed the gate so the dogs wouldn't get out, but somehow the kids got out. The description of the kids' clothing changed. The West's demeanor seemed off.
Okay, so this is where they're starting to say that there's no proof of life at the new address. They went over their house with a fine-tooth comb, literally, forensically, and could not find their DNA anywhere in that house. Not on a toothbrush, not on a dirty diaper in the trash can. There was no saliva, no urine, no nothing on sheets, blankets, the carpet. There was no sign of life. And that's how they're going to lose this case, the Wests are. So
there were no footprints in the dirt where the West
no
said
footprints.
The boys were playing. The West gave inconsistent statements to police, Smith said. Their time frame given by Jacqueline West was wrong. Alarm bells were going off with police as they continued to question the couple, Smith said. Smith is going over the different surveillance camera footage from California City that the jury will have access to. None of those videos show children walking. There was testimony regarding 4 separate
There's
residences.
no sign that they ever walked on that ground. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to pause right there for a second. All of you people in here are also following the Summer Wells case. This took 3 years to bring them to this point. And what do y'all think of that? With the anniversary of Summer's disappearance coming up just weeks away, could that be what they do in that case? Is prove that there's no life and prove that one of the other children were also being abused. So I'm going to keep playing it here.
Trezell West going in and out of the gate in his backyard.
Okay, so if he's supposedly going, his story was, if y'all don't know, that he was outside bringing wood in to start the fire. It was cold. It was the winter time. And the kids were supposedly, his story, playing outside while he did this. There's no proof that those babies were ever on that property, on that ground. They're able to see that.
Seen walking from the gate area to the house.
That never happened.
There, that's when they would have walked away from the home. There's no children visible, none whatsoever.
Neighbors said they never saw those 2 little boys. They questioned neighbors.
There is no sign whatsoever of Warren and Orson from December 21st. No blood evidence was found.
Nothing. No saliva, no nothing.
This wasn't a shooting or stabbing. That's now how you kill children, he said. There would have been choked or drowned, subjected to something that cuts off their airway.
Something that cuts off their airway. Okay, I'm going to pause right there. The way she would, what's the word? The way she would, if they were acting up, she would bring them to her and then do this, it's not a chokehold, but she was definitely cutting off their air supply when she would do this maneuver to keep them from, she would put her whole body around them, crisscross applesauce, and that cut off their airway.
Seeing them in a garbage bag and throwing them away. Oh my God. The boys were small. It wouldn't have been difficult. A diaper found in a trash bag after Bakersfield Police Department got involved tested positive for DNA for 2 of the West children, but not Warren or Orson. Smith is going over mattresses and pillows.
No diaper, no, nothing.
Warren's and Orson's DNA was not found in the room.
Not even spit on a toothbrush or spit up.
The gate was difficult to open, as seen in the video.
Or getting cut.
Opening and closing it. The boys wouldn't have been able to open it. Smith
they were
said.
too little, 2 and 3.
Trezell and Jacqueline gave conflicting statements as to who closed the gate. Trezell in an interview said 100% he didn't close it. Jacqueline says she didn't close it when questioned. Again, none of their stories are lining up at all, Smith said. Smith is playing portions of interviews.
So if anyone had doubt,
street looking for the boys. No, she did not, Smith
They
said.
never made it to
That's an
California
absolute
City. That's
lie.
right.
He said the video shows she wasn't there.
Ironic that they
Phone
call
records
it
show
that.
Jacqueline and Trezell spent about
Cal
5
City.
minutes
And they
talking on the phone
never
with
even
their
went to
eldest
Cal
son,
City.
not
But they
searching,
call it the
Smith
Cal
said.
City Boys, right?
Smith said the West even created fictional characters. Jacqueline West at first says the biological family had no contact with the boys, but months later says an Aunt TT had the kids for a week earlier in 2020.
Okay, now see, that's happened in another case where they make up family members. In the Erica Parsons case, where I interviewed her mother, they said, oh, we took her to her aunt, and she didn't exist. I believe she called her Nan. Okay, and then in the Casey Anthony case, she had a nanny named Zeta or something like that, Zanny or something like that. And then they later found out that that was what she called Xanaxes, that she was possibly given her Xanaxes so that she could go party while her kid was asleep in the car. So that was a possibility with the Casey Anthony.
No contact info for TT. A cadaver
No
dog
such
was brought
person
to the
as
house because of
TT.
what Jacqueline told investigators about 2 dirt mounds. Asked if that's where the boys were buried, she said maybe. Remains weren't found, but the dog did alert to the area Jacqueline pointed out. Smith said death had been in that backyard at some point.
Zanny the nanny.
Perla Martinez, Jacqueline's sister, never met Orrin or Orson. During video calls, the camera moved around and she couldn't see who was there.
Hey, gamer girl, good to see you.
Didn't know what the boys looked like, Smith said.
I love seeing y'all in chat.
Maria
Y'all are a fun
Martinez,
group.
Jacqueline's mother, said she didn't watch the boys or have much contact with them. She was so disconnected, Smith said. She didn't even know their names.
Okay.
Maria,
Jacqueline's mom. This would be their grandmother. And they're adopted. And when you adopt a child, they become your child, a family member. Granny didn't know their names.
Martinez testified she found it weird that her daughter wouldn't show her grandchildren during video calls. And let's not forget, Maria Martinez testified under oath that she never babysat Orrin or Orson or any of the other children in 2019 or 2020.
Okay, so when she was claiming that they were over at grandma's, grandma didn't know their names and she never helped them babysit. She didn't interact with those children at all. The person talking is Crime Mysteries. She does a phenomenal job on reading the transcripts. I like her a lot.
Story they gave about Orrin and Orson.
Yeah, sub up to her.
Mother has proven to be a complete and utter lie.
Hold on, I'll put the link in chat here. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let me stick this in here real quick. Here's the link. Okay, now let me go back.
And that's what I think will get them home. On the side about Orrin and Orson,
Let me back up.
Remains weren't found, but the dog did alert to the area Jacqueline pointed out. Smith said death had been in that backyard at some point. Perla Martinez, Jacqueline's sister, never met Orrin or Orson.
Jacqueline's sister never met them.
Moved around and she couldn't see who was there. She testified she didn't know what the boys looked like, Smith said. Maria Martinez,
she didn't know what they looked like.
She didn't watch the boys or have much contact with them. She was so disconnected, Smith said. She didn't even know their names. Maria Martinez testified she found it weird that her daughter wouldn't show her grandchildren during video calls.
She didn't show her children during calls.
Martinez testified under oath that she never babysat Orrin or Orson or any of the other children.
That's
in 2019,
the aunt and the grandma.
2020. So that story they gave about Orrin and Orson being with Jacqueline's mother has proven to be a complete and utter lie.
Complete lie.
And that's what I think will get them hung. On the side of Trezel's family, his parents and brother never saw the boys after COVID started. The mistake Trezel and Jacqueline West made is they thought law enforcement had to ask permission before interviewing their children. Smith said they don't need permission. But ultimately, speaking with those children is what changed the course of the investigation.
So the aunt
The
and the
four children gave
grandma
consistent answers
didn't
as
even
to
know
who
their
lived in
names
Cal
or what
City.
they looked
Who
like.
was in the van when they were
There were
dropped
no
off to by the
pictures,
1920 at Trezel's
no saliva,
straight from an
anything.
interview with the children.
Like they were just
After the children asked when the last time he saw them, parents told them. Again, this is consistent, child after child, Smith said, because they
all the children gave the same story. So
cry a lot. Another child said when asked why Orrin and Orson don't live with them in Cal City. Everything the other children said was consistent, Smith said. Court went into
they
recess
cried
for
a
15
lot.
minutes and back in session. Prosecutor Eric Smith is continuing his closing arguments. The West's eldest child told a social worker he saw Orrin die at the apartment in Bakersfield, and his parents told him
He
if
saw
he
him
told
die.
anyone, he and his brothers would be taken away. Because the eldest child is so credible, the defense paid an expert witness between $35,000 and $42,000 to try to discredit him.
They spent $35,000 to $42,000 trying to discredit their own flesh and blood child's testimony. Let that sink in.
He knew the right thing, Smith said of the eldest child. The reason he didn't say anything earlier is because of his parents, and that is what I've said too.
He was afraid of them.
He didn't tell the truth to begin with because he was scared when his parents told him that he would be taken away. Smith played a recording in which Jacqueline and Trezel West told the eldest son during a phone call that he didn't have to talk to anybody. They wanted him to stay quiet because they knew the truth would come out, Smith said.
They told him to be quiet.
The events of December the 19th, 2020, Smith said,
or you'll be taken away.
Trezel's mother never saw Orrin or Orson, despite spending time in the van where the boys were supposedly sleeping in the back. The West made multiple stops that day. Surveillance footage never showed.
They would even listen to this. They would even ride around with those car seats still in the van, but they weren't strapped in.
It said. Smith is going over December the 5th, 2020, where the West separately went to different locations after their four other children had been dropped off at a relative's. Orrin and Orson aren't seen in any of the videos.
No videos, no
Orrin
pictures.
and Orson, they're dead.
Holidays.
Smith is going over the September 2020 timeline, the month in which he says both Orrin and Orson died. Orson is killed the night of September the 17th, 2020. The attorney said. Wanda West, Trezel's mother, arrives the next day and watched the four children. She doesn't see Orrin or Orson.
Okay, now let me tell you something else about that. She had bought all the children matching pajamas for a Christmas picture, but she did not buy Orrin and Orson matching pajamas. Why? Why? That to me sounds like she knew.
West tells her the boys are with them in a U-Haul they're using to move from Bakersfield to Cal City. Wanda West didn't see Orrin or Orson despite staying at the Cal City house from September the 18th through September the 20th, 2020, Smith said.
Never a sight of them. Neighbors never saw them.
All the circumstantial
at the Cal
evidence
City
points
house.
to one thing. The boys were never in California City, Smith said.
Never.
When their kids do things wrong, the West react with violence, Smith said. They spank with a belt until the children bleed. They choke them, he said. Their whole lives are based on money for the four kids they adopted, Smith said. After Orrin died, the only way they could get away with it would be to kill Orson, Smith said. They then had 3 months to discard the bodies, get new phones, he said. Trezell and Jacqueline have no moral fiber. They killed 2 kids, Smith said. Trezell and Jacqueline West murdered Orrin and Orson, he
there's
said.
the closing argument for prosecution. Y'all tell me what you think. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the prosecution did a good job at proving the case and they'll get a guilty verdict. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you think they did a good job, because I heard on Court TV last night that they didn't think that they had proved the case. I do. I believe they totally proved their case. And when this happened, there were gasps in the courtroom when they heard the testimony of the oldest child say, "I touched his dead, cold body." I do too. I think he did a great job. And at one point, there was a refrigerator moved. So you know your mind can go there too. They had 3 months to dispose of 2 bodies, and they're little bitty kids, 2 or 3, and that they were on camera disposing of a black garbage bag near a place where they were sleeping in their van waiting for the approval on the house. Can't get more incriminating than that. Do you want to come up now, Sarah, and talk about it? Oh, get some more feedback on this case here. Y'all know I'm wrapped up in this one in summer, because that's it's what brought me here to YouTube. So, and that's finally coming to fruition. So I definitely want to find out how this happened. I mean, find out. I want to know what happened to them, because they weren't ever found. Okay, they weren't ever found. So my mind was like, well, where are they? Right? Well, now we know. Now we know they moved houses, and in the new house, did you hear the woman? Yes. That's awful. So, y'all, I want to ask y'all something. And I get that they're evil. I get all that. But my mind goes to, why didn't you just give the mother an opportunity to have them back before you jeopardize your freedom? Why did you go to murder? And was it like where she gave him a bottle and he choked? Oh my God, what do we do? Oh my God, what do we do? Is it that kind of scenario? It just seems to me like if they were so annoying that you don't even want to feed them a burger from McDonald's without pureeing it, why didn't you just give them back to their mommy? Because I watched her last night pouring her heart out. Why didn't they just give them back to their mommy? I don't understand these evil people. Yeah, the link's in chat there if you want to come up. I totally think he proved the case. We'll hear the very last sentence here.
Smith ended his closing argument by asking the jurors to find the West guilty on all charges, and court has gone into recess for lunch. And when we come back at 1:30, the defense will give their closing arguments. So there you have the prosecution's closing argument.
That was the whole closing argument.
I've gone over this whole thing from the beginning of this trial.
It is so damn sad.
And these parents, in my mind, are guilty of murder. There's no doubt they got rid of Orson because Orrin was dead.
Right.
And he would talk.
He was going to say, where's my bruvy?
What I told you in one of the videos I did on what I think happened.
Okay, so this was Crime Mystery Monsters. Go sub up to her. I love her. So, she really does a great job on. She says, I report on crime from murder to child abductions. I report on the paranormal and cryptids. I also do videos on mysteries that happen in our world. That's awesome. So I really like her commentary, and I like the way she does the reads the minutes there. So when she posts the defense's closing argument, which is weak, we will. I'll play that for you too as we wait. If the one baby choked, then where is the other baby? Well, they believe that there was um they think it was abuse with the second one, but a conspiracy to commit that abuse because the baby was asking, "Where's his brother?" So they were like, "Well, he's gonna like out us, so we have to get rid of him too." Is their theory? Is the reason why they hated those babies because they cried a lot, and they cried a lot because she made a very good point because they were probably hungry. Um, and according to the oldest child, they were annoyed by those two boys. Awful, inhuman. They're just babies. So sad. Are you a troll, Thelma Collins, or are you really Thelma? I don't think you're really Thelma. Sarah, can you check that account out?
Hello.
Do you know this account here, Thelma or Thelmer? Is this a troll in here?
Yeah, I believe it's a dig at Thelma.
I think they were hungry. I do. And that's not Thelma. Okay, thank you. Come back with a different name. Hope that works.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. I think troll it has a does it? Thank you for letting me know. It's hard to see when you're if putting a mod to take care of that. I'd really appreciate it.
Let me know if my background noise is too loud. I was just finishing up at a register, which I broke. That's why I took a little extra time.
Thank you, Fluzzy B. You're fine. Like I said, this morning you gave me time to go take my shower, and I got to chit chat with you while I did my makeup, so that worked out good.
Doing me some hardware store errands. I got the weirdest thing for my dog. It's a pig snout. I'm kind of horrified and intrigued. It's so odd.
You got it for your. How do you know he wants it?
Well, they said that they said at the feed shop that the dogs love it.
Oh, you
Look,
mean to chew on?
it's a snout. Look, literal
Oh my
snout.
gosh.
Ugh. I don't know why I bought it. I couldn't even touch it. Back in the bag.
So is he gonna like chew on it like an ear?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Okay, I got you.
It's just a little treat.
I thought you meant like a party one to put on his head.
No, that's why I had to show the picture. No, it's a real snout.
Yeah, that's very cute. I bet he'll love that. You got your dishes done. All right, gamer girl.
Not me.
Oh wow. So what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that do you think he proved his case? I'm
Um,
gonna turn my.
I did
I'm
not
just gonna
hear all of
turn my
it.
camera off for a second. Okay.
I just heard some of the things you said. I mean, I should probably go back and listen to all of it, but I'm pretty sure they're busted. When you have kids that lived in the
Mm-hmm.
house that could say stuff like that, I mean, what else? I don't think there's any way out of that. You can try. What are the kids lying? I mean, I'm sure they went to psychiatrists and all that. They're
What
probably
about the way they
traumatized.
segregated him away from the biological?
I didn't even know that. That's just horrifying. Like treating them like second class citizens, basically, you're saying?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
disgusting. And then teaching your kids to treat them like that, that's just messed up. They just use them for money.
Do y'all remember that case where the parents had the children participate in the abuse. I don't
Uh,
remember the case, but this reminded me of that one, where when they would abuse the child, they would get the older kids to participate
mhm.
because they thought if they participated, then they wouldn't tell.
Yeah, there could be a whole list of reasons for that, but it's still psychologically damaging.
Yeah, man, no kidding. That child's gonna have. And she touched or he touched the body. I mean, what kind of? They're making him a
That's,
sociopath doing that.
or, I would imagine they probably have problems. That's horrifying. Who does that?
So hopefully,
Jeez.
sickos. So it is in the jury's hands. So they are deliberating. Is that what you would call
And now
verdict
their
watch?
kids call what?
If they're deliberating, is that called verdict watch?
That's what I think.
Okay, I'm gonna change the
And
name of
it's
this
just,
then.
isn't there anything on TV like that? So right now they could literally come out at any time. They're in it right now.
Let's see. Well, it's
They just started.
California, so that's 4 hours behind us.
Yep.
Okay, let me see.
So
But
it's
they
like
don't
11:30
deliberate
there.
long. Okay. Let's see
The
if they've got the.
Letitia case was like 7 hours,
Here,
wasn't it?
let's see when this one came
Sorry about
out.
that noise.
This is defense closing arguments.
Lawyer for Jacqueline, so they'll both be giving closing arguments. Back to Hennessy, he said he's scared not only for the West but for himself because if he can't show the jury what the prosecution's trying to do, and he's just some idiot with silk around his neck.
See, the defense sucks. They went and spent $42,000 to prove their own child was a liar. Can you believe they're putting that
Are you
child through
serious?
that? Yes, they spent $42,000 on an expert to say that the child was
Well, it's
lying.
really about. Mhm. It's about trying to get themselves out of trouble, really. But where are their kids, biological kids? Are they now in foster homes or family?
I would assume so because they're both behind
I
bars. I
No,
don't know.
the kids. Their biological kids. I hope that they had a family or somebody that took them.
That I
They
don't
need
know.
somebody.
I don't know
Somebody
about.
solid.
I can check into it, but isn't that ironic if their own children wound up in foster care? Wouldn't that be the ironic?
It is. Yeah, exactly. Messed up. Yeah. I'm gonna get my car to shut up
I want to ask you something about that, by the way.
with his
Who
mom.
pays for these? Who pays for these expert witnesses? If it's for the defense and they're facing a murder charge, who pays for that? Who? I mean, did the West pay for that? The expert witness? They said the defense paid for it. Does that come out of us, the taxpayers?
I don't think so.
Are you there? Oh, okay.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
all
So
that stuff, like with lawyers and the lawyers and stuff. Go if they're getting court-appointed lawyers and stuff, then that would be the court system that pays for it, the state. But I don't think any defense. I don't know if they work with any defense for free.
pro
I don't know
bono
how that
because it was
works.
such a high-profile case. I wonder if their lawyers pro bono. That's
Some
interesting.
some people want that. Some people want that kind of a case.
And just so chat understands, pro bono is when a lawyer will give a high-profile case free attorney's fees. I'm sure their lawyer is court appointed because without the children, they made zero income. Neither worked. Without the
They
children,
both
they
just sat
had
home all
no
day.
income. Yeah.
No wonder they just took kids to just sit so they could sit home. They got them like
Yeah.
for their income, basically. Sickos.
The closing argument said they warehoused children for income.
Wow.
See, now this is what was it Vinnie Politan or somebody like that said they should give a limit to how many you can take in, including your own, because they had a lot. They had
It
4
just
plus 2.
it seems weird to me that knowing all the checks usually like I was talking about with regular adoption and stuff, they really usually it's pretty hard and they do a lot of checks. I would think they would call that type of home unstable where the father, I mean, they're just both doing nothing, they don't work. I would think they would think that's unstable where the guy or the one person doesn't have a out and getting a job. It should look sus to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're both stay-at-home parents, and doesn't that tell you
Okay,
something?
now
I don't know.
this is where we have a problem. When we have like the opioid epidemic, and I'm just going to use Gastonia as an analogy. You go and you watch how many drug addicts are in lockup, and then you see them with visitation and their children, and it's always the same room. I know that room. I know that room because that was the waiting room for the my daughter's murder trial. So I know that room, and they let my children play there while we were waiting. And now when I see it and I go back and I'm sleuthing, and you see so many of these people that are in lock up because they get caught with drugs. They're addicted to drugs, and so their children get put in the system. They have nowhere to go. There aren't enough people, decent people like you and your husband, that are taking in children. So it's like slim pickings.
That's true.
So I think that might be where the breakdown in like take for instance when they privatized they privatized the mail service. Do you remember what you had to go through to get a job at the US Postal Service? You had to go through literally a federal background check.
Yeah.
And now you don't. It's privatized. You can be
Everyone
any
will
Joe
take you.
Blow. You can be any Joe Blow delivering mail now. I feel like that might be where they are like, well, we've got to loosen up the restrictions or we're not going to get these kids fostered.
But it
That's just my
seems
theory.
the payment thing seems weird to me. Anyone I ever know that's adopted a child, that through agencies and stuff, yeah, there were fees and everything, but there was no, you get paid to adopt a kid. You get paid in foster care, but I have never heard of getting $1,000 per kid a month after adoption.
I would assume it would be for the care of the child.
Yeah, in foster care you get paid as a foster parent, but I've never heard of getting paid to adopt. Usually when you adopt, you're taking them into your own family like your own child. You don't get paid to have your own child. You're doing it because you love the child. I've never heard of this payment. Is this a California thing? $2,000 a month to
I
adopt?
happen to know someone that does that. He adopted his own son's son, and because the child was in CPS, he gets a check for adopting him.
I just thought the agencies go out of your life and you don't get payment anymore. That's what I thought. I thought it sounds weird to me.
I don't know.
You don't get paid for your own kids. It's just you're adopting them because you love them. Why it just makes it look sketchy and like people are going to adopt just to get paid like they did. It shows, there's different. There could be a lot of people with bad intent that are just taking kids to get paid that way.
Yes.
Foster care is supposed to be the
Yes.
paying job, not the adoption. That's why I'm confused.
I don't know what they're talking about. They're not even. No, I know. Isn't that crazy?
What?
And they're delivering our paychecks or our credit cards that we get in the mail or our PIN
Gifts,
numbers.
cards,
Think
birthday
about
cards.
that, y'all. Yeah.
How are they? But you get a hair strand test to work at Walmart. Last I knew. That's
Are you
messed up.
serious?
That's what I always been told. I don't know if it's true, so this is alleged.
It's
We could
funny.
probably Google that though. We could probably Google that.
I'll put up my
That's
allegedly
messed.
here.
That's just so weird. How can that be true?
The I'm not changing the subject, but real quick, I want some of those feathers from that beautiful chicken or bird or whatever it is, and I want to make feather earrings.
Would you like me to do a video sometime or show you the feathers I have in my feather collection from my what do you call it, dream catchers?
Yeah,
Do
I
it
want to
some.
like I want like big feather earrings.
I know what you want. Some gypsy dangling feathers
Yeah,
that
yeah,
dangle close to your
yeah,
shoulders. They're long, maybe some beads, boho style. I get it.
yeah.
I picture it.
You you'd think they'd be more selective with the people. Well, that's what I was saying. The pickings are slim now
The pickings
because
are
there's
slim.
so many in the system now.
Social workers used to be overloaded and have too many cases and not enough workers. But
Now,
you got the whole.
when I got taken from my mom, my dad, of course, was, a police officer. He was actually a undercover, and so he had some clout. But we had to go through a changing of the hands. Immediately, my sister got guardianship and not my dad. I'm not sure why that happened, but she was able to get us immediately, and she was living with my dad. So when they came and arrested my mom, this is kind of how it went down. We ran away because she physically hurt us. Me and my sister, one of my sisters. I'm the baby of five, and it was the one who's closest to me in age. Um, we'll call her Libby because that's her name. So me, me and Libby ran away. And when we ran away, she called our oldest sister to come pick us up. And because she came and picked us up, she like had to go file paperwork to get guardianship, or my mom could have gotten her for kidnapping. And
Mm.
so they actually sent us back home. And that made me terrified to tell anybody anything that was going on because I trusted everyone that said run, 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 you'll be free, you'll be free, but I wasn't. I had to go back. And that really traumatized me that I was going to have to face my mother after all that. And then I had to face my mother in court when the judge asked us, "Who do you want to live with?" And that was traumatic too. But they arrested my mom, and they had social services there, my sister there. I don't think my dad was there. I think he had sent my sister, just because my mom, that would have been, oh my God, if. So, and then it seems like I remember that my sister was able to take us right away. We didn't have to like go into foster care. So if there's a family member, I think you can bypass
Oh
the
yeah.
CPS.
Oh
But
yeah. Of
from
course.
from what I understand, a lot of times, like if they can't get a hold of that family member, and let's say the baby's in a hot car, they got to go to social services. And when that happens, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get that family member to get it from CPS.
Well, sometimes it's just emergency placement till the paperwork's done. If you actually have a family member that cares that wants to do it, they'll usually let them. They just have to do it the right way and do the paperwork. They'll give a
Yeah,
guardianship to a family member that wants them.
right. So it was my sister who had temporary guardianship. And
Hmm.
then we went to court, and while my mom was in the mental hospital, he was able to get custody of us. Of course, we had to go to court with her and everything. And the judge took us in his chambers and said, "What do y'all want to do?" So,
Well, nice of them
but
to
as far
ask
as
you.
like, yeah, but as far as like them questioning me, I was terrified after they sent me back. I was terrified. I was terrified to answer any questions. So
Oh
I can
yeah.
understand why these kids, are like, I'm not telling you shit. They don't trust you.
No, when you're taught to lie, you're always in protective mode, even if you know you're in a bad situation, because sometimes the parents will put the fear in you that you're going to go here, there, if you tell them this, and that, and
My
it just
mom did that.
gets ingrained
Yep,
in you, because that's how I
that's
was. That's
right.
what was done to me and all of us. We were taught to fear all the outside authority.
Mine
Authority was
too.
bad. So
Right.
you had to
And
lie. You had to lie.
she also played on the fact that there was 5 of us. Well, they're going to separate you. You won't get to
Mm-hmm.
go to a foster home with Libby. You'll go
Yeah.
somewhere without Libby and or the other siblings. And my mom was like, "Oh my god, not only will I lose my mommy, but I won't have my brothers and sisters." And then I
Yeah,
thought, "Just shut up."
that's what happened to us. There's not enough. There's no foster home that's gonna take a whole group of kids. We all got split up.
Right. Right. And when she asked family on her side, this is why I don't come visit y'all. In case they're watching, they said, "Well, there's just so many of you." Yeah, but I'm your niece. I'm your niece. I'm your niece. I don't care if there's 5 of us, you know. And so when they say, "I don't know why she don't come see us," that's why. That's why I don't come see you. They would have just have been. They didn't care if we went to foster care. They lived in a nice, fine, fancy home, and they didn't care if we went to foster care. That's how I feel about it. Y'all can leave me all the
Yep.
messages you want to, family members. That's how I feel about it. I feel like they were in a situation where they could have taken us in. They could have gotten my mama help, and they could have taken us in, and they chose not to. So that's why you don't get a Christmas card from me.
Ditto. Ditto.
That was to a
Ditto. Ditto.
family
Ditto.
member. That was to a family member. Nobody in chat. Yeah, not all the comments and posts are about people on YouTube. you know, my mom did too, and she drew blood. She hit me so hard. I think I was in 2nd grade with a hairbrush, and the hairbrush bristles right here put little pinholes in my ass, and it drew blood. And when they scabbed over, they itched like you wouldn't believe. And here I am, a little kid sitting on those sores with corduroy pants on. Y'all remember corduroy? So corduroy pants and those itching little pinholes on my butt. It was like, ow, and I couldn't sit in class. It hurt and it itched. And I thought, never buy corduroy ever again. Never wear, never. Yeah, really, Fuzzy V. Ow! And I'll tell you why she spanked me so hard. And I took my spanking. I knew that I was the one wrong, but she would lose control. I get that she needed to spank me. I get that she needed to discipline me. But that's why I don't believe in corporal punishment, because we lose control. I don't care who the hell you are. You lose control. Never fails. You put your hand on a child, and I've seen it. They can't stop. They can't stop beating you. And that was her situation. She just would start taking her life out on my butt. So I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Sorry, I just don't. If you can't get your point across with words, then you shouldn't be a parent. Yeah, me too. That's funny. Corduroy. Death to corduroy. Mine like wire coat hangers to. Oh my god! And a high heel shoe. Hold on, just one second.
What's she mad at?
today?
Hey, puppy. Sorry, some random dog just barked at me. If you heard that,
My
I don't know
mom would
whose
do
it is.
something really weird too. Misty, talking about the wire hangers and the high heels. My mom would put on full face makeup sometimes before she would just unleash. And my mom looked a lot like, if you ever heard her Jane, that was my mom when she was not in the right frame of mind. A woofleback, golly, holy cow! And big white Avon brushes. That's what went on my butt. That's right, and it was the thick bristle, like horsehair, and it was like little pinholes in my butt. It was awful. But I do know this. At school, they said what's wrong, and they sent me up to the nurse, and she saw, and I know that there was a report made because I'm not there anymore, right? So it just took so much for us to finally get taken away. And as a child, I look back and I've even written these people letters as an adult, people that knew and never did anything to help the situation. Yeah, you can discipline a child by saying, go write me sentences rather than taking your physical aggression out on your child, taking your bad day out on your child. I just don't agree with that at all because I've seen it happen so many times. She'd have me pick switch. That's right. And they were like long slashes on your legs and butt, right? Like paper cuts. That hurt, man. It's like I get it. But the older I grew, when they would say go pick a switch, guess what I would do? There was 5 of us. She got busy. She forgot all about me. I'd go walk around the damn block. I ain't bringing you a switch. Screw you. Right? So I just went walking around the block till she forgot about it. Go pick a switch. And I thought the bush that they wanted me to pick a switch from was way down at the end of the property, and I just kept on walking. Right? We know as adults if we're in pain, we're probably not paying attention. The kangaroo skin belt left a unique whelping pattern. Aren't y'all glad all those days are over? I'm glad. I thought that were barbaric, Neanderthal, archaic. Tell the child to go read a book. And if the child is annoying and getting on your nerves, then you need a pill, not the kid. Because kids are going to be kids. They're going to be loud. They're going to dance. They're going to sing. So, it's not the kid's fault that you are emotionally immature and you can't handle a child. Just my 2 cents. Now that I'm an adult, I get to say that. And, like whatever happened to grounding a child? Just ground the child. Why do you need to, beat them? Go down to the local bar and pick a fight with a dude. But leave the babies alone, for God's sakes. You're going to scar them for life. And, and you wonder why places get shut up. That's why. I can tell you the things I fantasized as a child, the violence that I fantasized about as a child because I was living in violence. And I thought, boy, if I could just, that's not healthy. My mom told me to pick a switch, so I picked a tiny one, and she got mad and whipped me with that, and then went and got a big one and whipped me with that too. She needed Valium, Fuzzy B. That wasn't you. That wasn't your fault. She needed Valium. That's right. That's right. Gamer Girl says, put them in timeout and step away. Yep. These cases, man, they make me mad. Can you tell? You know, I don't know. I don't agree with that. And they say, that's what's wrong with society today. So because you don't beat us up anymore, that must be what's wrong with society. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. Why tell me to pick one like I have a choice and then don't respect my decisions? That's funny, Fuzzy. They hurt so bad. I picked a skinny one. That was my bad. Oh, ouch. Well, after a certain age, I quit picking them and I just went and walked around the block. And when I went and walked around the block, I was gone till that light came on. She didn't care. As long as I was out of her hair, that's really what she wanted. You know, she didn't want to be out of me. She wanted me gone. So that's what we did. We called dad and we got gone. So, you know, you know, at a certain point, you're not wanted. I would never done with him. I would have never, what? Didn't like my mom did. Yeah, me either. You know, that's kind of like why I got interested in psychology. Um, why is she like that? What's wrong with mommy? Why is she a fruitcake? So, my siblings, of course, would say mom's paranoid schizophrenic, mom's mentally ill, and but I wanted to read about it so that I didn't turn out like her. I didn't want to be anything like that. There were aspects of her that I liked. She was a good cook. She, you know, was a good, clean, Christian woman. She did not date. There was never alcohol in my house. She didn't drink. She didn't party. She didn't date. She was a good, clean, respectable woman. She just was mentally ill. And so, you know, the times that she went off her medications or people worried her to death so much over things, not coming to church and bringing the potato salad or, you know, not getting the increase in child support that she hoped for, things like that. She stayed stressed out. 5 kids, she was stressed out, you know. So that's that. Let's see what this message is about here. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's funny when I report some nudity on Facebook, they now come back and say they're too busy deal with it. Pretty much. Have y'all gotten a response like that? Due to the volume, that's opposite of my mom. Mom was an alcoholic and pill abuser. She overcame it all, thank God. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, my mom was she was a hellfire damnation woman though. Everything, you were going to hell. So, you know, yeah. So, oh yeah, I was going to check and see if there was any movement on the verdict here, which I'm sure I will know. It doesn't look like they're anything, so you check one more place that I follow on Facebook. Try one more place here, West. Where are the boys? Let's see what we got here. I am making this post to answer all your questions and comments at one time. When the family gets word that a verdict has been reached, I will put out a post in this group and I will at everyone. Also, either will let you know. Okay, so just pray, 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 pray. Okay, so nothing yet. Let me turn my notifications back on here. You there, Sarah?
I'm here.
Okay. If anyone also wants to join this group, it's called Where Are the Boys? Awareness for Missing Toddlers, Orrin and Orson West, in Facebook. This is what it looks like if you want to join it. That's who I've been following this case with. She was abused in the worst way that she did us, but still, you got to break the cycle. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm following. I think it's called Law and something, not Law and Order, but it's Law and Crime, and then also Court TV. Those are the ones I follow. Yeah, yeah. And then there's this that's in Facebook also. Like from when I'm live, I can get notifications. I agree. Break the cycle, right? Let's see who was asking me about this last night that I can tag. If anybody wants me to tag you and you're friends with me on Facebook, I will. I believe it was Alicia. See if I can find her name here. She might want to follow this. Search for. There. Anyone wanting to friend me on other platforms, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, pretty much all of them. And I have a Discord. Only thing I ask in my Discord is you don't gossip in there about people on our team. I don't mind if y'all talk about the enemy all you want to, but don't bash or trash each other on the same team. I think that's crazy. Yeah. So much so, I posted something about that. Everyone, you're never too old to learn something. And don't ever be so arrogant that you don't learn something. And this is sort of for myself. Is gossiping an antisocial personality disorder trait? The answer, yes. Yes, it is. It is sadistic personality disorder if you're a gossiper. It's called emotional sadism. Someone who comes off as harsh, aggressive, intimidating, demeaning is rooted in gossip. This type of character enjoys knowing that someone else is experiencing pain, misfortune, and let's see, what does it say? Experiencing pain, misfortune, and delighted that it's happening to that other person. They're gloating. That is a mental disorder. Yep, Google it if you don't like that right there. So take it out on that definition, not me. I'm just the messenger. Yep. So just trying to be a better me. If I gossip, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that hurts. It hurts when you do that. So I'm trying to change that behavior in myself. And when I started off yesterday saying, Mama T, I know that probably hurt the baby dolls, and also I'm getting rid of that. Um, you know, I don't want to trash anyone um, on my team. I think that's insanity to do that. That causes division when you are trashing your own teammates. So just put that in there for myself. Just a reminder for myself, um, if you're gossiping, that's not a healthy trait to have. It's a mental illness. Oh yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, I think I'm good with discords. Yeah, if it's not going to be managed in a way that um, keeps people's feelings in check, that is part of that team, I don't see that it is any good at all. I want to inspire you. I want to grow with you. I want to celebrate you. And if I've ever gossiped, I want to apologize for that. And I want to grow, and I want to do better, be better, right? No one likes someone who's so arrogant that they can't learn from mistakes and grow, right? So I'm hoping that I am, yes, it's toxic. Exactly. I use mine to talk to my brother mostly, but that's about it. I use mine to share memes that are inspirational. May's butt, and yeah, I don't want gossip in there, especially if it's about our teammates. I don't think that the point is the screenshots. I think the point is you shouldn't have said something that you didn't want screenshotted, because everything I think I say there, I've said to someone's face. And if I don't like you, you probably know it. I don't, hey, I hope that I don't do that. That's fake. That's phony. So I'm changing all that. And if I have done that in the past, I apologize, because that's not who I want to be. That's not the person I'm striving to be in the future. Um, when you're in corporate America, you see that a lot. Brown nosers, where they're just, oh, I just love you. And then behind bars, they're like, oh my God, oh my God. I want you to, oh my God, to my face. So then I know. I know not to mod you if you're talking bad about me behind my back. You don't have my back if you're talking about it. So I would rather you tell me to my face. That's all. To me, that's honesty, and that's being real. And I'm pretty sure that people that I don't like know it. So that's just my spiel on my Discord. That's how I want to run mine. How everybody else, how y'all want to run yours, that's your thing. But I don't have the energy or the time to manage other people's integrity. So, yeah, be the person as if they're there watching you. Are you being real? Are you being authentic? I think Oprah had a show about this one time. Are you being your authentic self? Yeah, so just throwing that in there. That was just my 5 cents. Who leave? Did who leave? I do love memes. She was here yesterday. I put her butt up yesterday. And she was in Discord. I gave her a meme. That's Cinder Grinch memes. Yeah, I saw her yesterday and last night. Yeah. Yeah, I think that when she sees all the two-facedness, it makes her nervous and anxious. So she disappears. She says she's under a desk. So, listening but got calls and multitasking. Yeah, she was in here yesterday. She's right here. I'm here, but tired. Norway has a birthday today. Oh, been a long day. Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. See, all these people love you. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not no jabs at anybody. That's a jab at me to not be a gossip in the future because I have battled with that in the past. Um, you know, in high school and that sort of thing. And then as I aged and I watched how it hurts people, um, I remember my daughter coming home from high school and I found a letter that she had written one of her friends and it said, "You're being two-faced." And I was like, first, you misspelled two-faced. And secondly, let's talk about that. So we both were learning at that time that it really hurts when you're not honest to someone's face how you feel about them. And like if I have an issue with chaotic, I'll call her. If I have an issue with Sarah, I'll call her. Right? So let's get back to that, right? Say, hey, why'd you do that? I was like, chaotic. Are you turning against me? No. Okay, bye. Just kidding. Anyway, I think everybody loves everybody, and our emotions tend to be raw sometimes because we feel so strongly about each other in here, and we all have sort of trauma bonded, as they say. So it is hurtful when. So if you have an issue with me, come to me, and I won't wig out. I won't wig out. Just say, hey, I don't like that you do that. Okay, we'll talk about it, right? I stay quiet when things happen. I know, I saw you say that, May. I know it makes you uncomfortable when you see friends hurting each other. And we should be hurting the other side or not hurting anyone at all, right? We're teammates and we should build each other up and celebrate each other, be there for each other. And if we see each other slipping, say, hey, could you check yourself? And let's be like that. Hmm. We love you to death, May. I guess we lost Sarah. I don't think she wants to talk about this stuff, so
No,
she
I
probably
jetted for
disappeared.
the. No, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello? No, I just didn't want
yeah,
to talk about abuse stuff because I'm in a flower shop and I didn't want to think about being abused all the time.
I understand. You're in a flower shop. What are you going to make?
And I didn't want to ruin my time in a flower shop. I'm just getting some flowers to put in my greenhouse while I have an opportunity to be out and getting flowers. Like little 6 packs
You
and
are so
stuff.
lucky to have a greenhouse.
Yeah, I bought it many, many years ago. I love having it. It's very healthy and fun. You can grow
Chaotic
your own
says
food.
never assume, question and talk, or just don't give up and move on. Yeah, never assume. Yeah, back when all this was happening between me and Southern Girl, and I saw chaotic over there, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? And she was like, it's okay. And it was like, oh, okay. And that was that. I mean, right,
Mhm.
chaotic. It wasn't nobody, freaking out. It was just I went straight to her and asked her, and I'm glad that I did. I wish I could do something so that no one gets hurt again, says May.
So let's do a trip on this.
She said, yeah. So, well, let's talk about your flowers. What are you gonna do today? What
Uh,
kind of soil do you use?
Well, actually, I came to look for soil, and first my journey started out looking for some kind of rabbit edging to keep them from eating my plants this year. Like some people might remember last year, I was going to go rabbit hunting in the wee hours of the night because they started eating my plants. I had, put a lot of effort, time, and money into a memorial garden for my sister, and they started eating it, and they never ate the plant. certain plants that they were eating, like roses, just destroying and snapping off my roses and leaving them on the ground, not even finishing them. If you're going to steal it, you might as well eat it. Anyways, I was looking for some kind of fencing. I found something, not what I wanted, and then I started looking for flowers. But yeah, I got a lot of outdoor stuff, you could say, on the jobs to catch up on.
What kind of flowers did you decide on?
Oh, I'm just getting mixtures of things. I'm looking for different. I always look for different things, annuals and perennials. I like to add different perennials every year and mix with annuals because
Yeah.
I've always been really, really into gardening. I was actually here looking for delphiniums for like I had last year, but I didn't find any. But I found other things like that. I got some foxglove and a bunch of other mixture of things the other day. But I like to have it there ready, and if you can catch them small before they're picked over, then you can save money. Like the 6-packs here are $4, so I'm trying to get them when they're small. Don't grow fast
What
in a
kind of store
greenhouse.
are you at? Are you like at
I'm at a
Lowe's or something?
I'm at a greenhouse type place. I'm at a nursery. It's just plants only.
Wow.
I was worried the
Wow.
fans would be too loud too, because there's fans going in here. There's like
Oh,
4
that's okay.
greenhouses you just walk through. They're very long. They're huge.
I'm jealous. I want to get some plants. I went outside and was just like pulling weeds and just stuff like that is to me therapeutic. I can get my
Oh
thoughts
yeah.
sorted out when I'm doing things like that. I got red, so I got blue and red on my Rubik's cube.
Oh, you and
I
that
don't know how
cube.
they do all of them at one time, though, man. That's
Oh, people
hard.
can do it. Some people can do it pretty fast too. See what I got here. I don't wanna get too much
I
here.
hope
I
what
can
I
easily
said
get
today
carried
was
away.
okay and nobody takes it and runs with it. But that's just
Well,
my how
I
I
think you
feel about
tried.
Discord. I think that's just how I feel about Discord. Let's use it to build each other up and like when I was saying we exchange recipes in there. Let's use it for stuff like that. Not me stuff.
Well, everyone's gonna do it their own way, and you can't help what you also. It's hard to please everyone, and you can't help.
Right.
You can't control what people say too. At the same time, you can try your best, but it gets hard. The more I would imagine, the more people you have, it's not. I mean, it's gonna be hard to tell them what to say. You can't,
Right.
You just gotta try
Right.
your best,
Right.
and always
Yeah,
remember you
you
can't
said it
please
right there.
everyone.
And I don't want to control what they say. I just
Yeah.
want them to respect teammates.
I get what you're saying. I would be too stressed trying to manage it. What I think, because I can see how it would be so hard to make everyone happy that would just stress me out that I couldn't, so I wouldn't do it.
Hmm.
It's supposed to be fun, and I
Right.
imagine people have fun in there too. But
I like that it's a way for me to communicate with people between my lives.
between shows, yeah, when there's nothing to do, like yeah, definitely.
Hmm. And that's it. That's
Gonna
all I'm
find me.
using mine for. I'm not like, I don't have it going 24/7. I mean, I've checked it through the night and everybody's in bed. They're
Yeah.
not like, the whole time. Great people. Doesn't anybody watch the news anymore at 11?
Ooh,
It's a
I gotta
lovely
plug
group
my
of
phone in.
ladies here. You gotta go?
I gotta get to. Well, I'm just going to plug my phone in because I usually have a portable charger with me, and I just looked and saw that it was on too. So I have a charger in my car. It's just gotta get to my car.
Prayers for Coupon and Madonna, by the way,
Yes,
everybody.
yes, yes, yes,
We want to continue to lift her up in prayer. We love her to death, and
yes, we do.
we want to make sure that everyone adds her to their prayer list. Make
Oh,
this okay. Yeah, all right. The prayers right
my
there for
bad.
everybody. Also, if anyone wants to communicate with me off the platform, I was saying earlier, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, what's the others? TikTok, Snapchat, and then I have Discord. So, I know I get kind of burnt out on this platform. I switch back and forth. I'll go play around on my TikTok or go play around on Snapchat. You like carnations? I do too. the one thing that is really pretty in the South, but when they die, they're ugly, is azaleas. And they attract bees like crazy.
Oh yeah,
But they're
I get
so
scared of
pretty.
them.
Yeah,
My
those
main
big old
thing is
bumblebees.
I try to attract hummingbirds and butterflies. I was making a hummingbird butterfly primarily, garden. And actually, I just picked up an Oriole feeder and it hooks right up to the jelly jar, which I thought was cool. I'm gonna try that. I haven't tried
I
that. I
am the
usually just
real
do
gypsy
hummingbirds.
soul. Fluzzy Bee, I'm the real gypsy soul. We're two different people.
Yeah,
My
that's
neighbor
that's another
has
person.
this tree that has purple flowers and it smells. I love purple. I
Hmm.
love purple. There's a magnolia. I like magnolias. I
Oh
love the
yeah, they
smell of
smell great.
magnolias and honeysuckle. I love honeysuckle. I'll show you what my channel looks like on Facebook here. I'll pull it up so you can see it. Yeah, I'm the real gypsy
Wait,
soul. See, it's right there on the title. That's
no
me.
prices.
Come on back, go with us. Yeah. So if you just type the real gypsy soul, it comes up on Facebook or Instagram. She got them all three mixed up.
I am ready to check out. I was just wondering the different prices. Sorry about this, Gypsy.
That's okay. That's okay.
Cube one right there.
The blue.
That one's 30. And the other bag that's similar to the flat one, that's 20. The white are 20, and then those little bags are 8.
Okay, I'm gonna get some of the one of the
Bag?
21. Yeah,
Okay, how many do you need?
just one for now. I can't get to my phone to mute it because I left it in the car. I'm sorry, I would have muted out. It's charging.
Okay, I got a notification on the trial, but it's
Oh
nothing.
man.
It's just her thanking us for being here. Okay, so still on verdict watch. I just have to
I was trying to
remember
put.
to type real.
I'll just move it. I was gonna put it on that side, but you're over there, so.
Oh, I can come around. You want me to come
Sure.
around?
Sure. Sorry, everybody.
That's
Get in the
okay.
dirt.
The other gypsy soul has a
Flop it up anywhere.
salsa short.
That's
I
why
want
I
to
keep
ask
it
her
open
what that recipe
for my
is
travels and whatever I may
because
find.
I've never seen salsa
Thanks.
cooked.
And then I got
It looks really
Oh,
good.
it's, sorry. I'll go grab the machine.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to now that I don't have cable. How do you even do that? Hey, Constance,
do what?
do you want to come up too and hang out with us? See if
Conscience.
let's see if Constance has something to say. Is Constance
Constance
conscious
Sue
of her
has something to say.
consciousness? Let's see if
Constance
she
still has something
wants
to
to come
say.
up and come on back and go with us.
Come
How's
on with it.
your new house? Are you liking it? And did the car go with you that you went through so much to get back? Did you move it with you? She said she's supposed to be unpacking still. But you can hang out with us. Well, we're talking about the West case, and Sarah is buying flowers, and we were talking about that. And we were also talking about pretty much Discord. What's the word? Etiquette. Yeah, Discord etiquette.
All these years, right? Okay. I just didn't want to. Sometimes these will be sitting there, and then somebody will be like, no, not
I wish I was buying flowers and soil.
It's my happy, fun thing to do.
I know, me too.
74, 38.
Flowers is my happy place.
Yay, good.
Hey, Constance.
I go
Hello.
to every greenhouse for different things. Constance.
Is there too much background noise with the fan on?
Nope. I don't think
Okay.
so.
No, you're
Cool.
fine.
I hate the new house. It's
You do?
it's just a temporary house. The house we lived in, I've lived here for the last 11 years, sold,
Thank
and
you.
they didn't think it was sold as quick as it did. but it sold really fast. And I haven't found a house that I like yet to buy. So the house I'm in now is just like temporary. I'm not even going to put a lot of stuff in it, but it's
Okay.
Mhm.
in bumfuck, excuse me, bum f Egypt in the boonies. There's no basement. I'm
Wow.
terrified of tornadoes. That's my biggest deal. And the car absolutely came with me.
It did good for you.
Yep. Yep. I need to sell it, but it's with me.
I would fix it
I
up.
don't.
I need to, but there's always just seems like there's, something else to bill do or something else to do. And yeah,
I don't
which
know
I'll
what I
talk
would do
about
without a
today.
basement.
Oh, I hate it,
When
Sarah. I hate it.
I had a 1984 300ZX that was sold to me for $75
Oh my
at the
goodness.
car lot. This guy was trying to get rid of it and get his girlfriend an SUV. And he said, "It's real ragged out. You won't want it." I said, "Oh, yes, I will, because it's my favorite car." And so they brought it to me, and I did one thing every payday. I did the brakes
Hmm.
first, and then I did like little things. It needed tires, and I got everything used too from being in the car business. I utilized that $35. You get like
Hmm.
all your parts there are $35, and then there was one time when they said it's called cash and carry sale, where if you can carry it out the door, you can get it for $75. So you can get everything you need
Mm.
for your car. You just got to be able to put, and they videotape. It's fun as hell. I worked there for a while,
Bring a
and
big
if
dude
you
with you.
can carry it out, so sometimes they got videos of people carrying a motor and shit. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
and if you can carry it, you got it for that. It's just the way for them to weed out too many parts. And so I was able to get it on the road, and I loved that car. And I loaned it to my daughter, and she stripped the damn transmission.
Mm.
She was, racing it, and
The fact that they ate all the wiring out of this one, so we got it like temporary wired. It'll start and run, but yeah, it needs a whole wiring kit. But it's an
how
'87
much is
Monte
something
Carlo
like that
SF.
for like? Gosh, that would be hard for me to get rid of. I would still want to fix it
Hmm.
up.
It's black,
Yeah,
like Dale Earnhardt used to drive, when he's racing the
those are
SS. But
beautiful cars.
yeah, yeah, I'm attached to it. I'll probably be buried in it.
Do they have like auto parts stores like that where you're at, the used parts?
Yeah, we have like junkyards, but
Yeah.
it's just getting there. And crap, it takes me forever to do anything like that
Yeah.
I need to do, let alone something that just want to do. By the time I'm old, I used to be able to clean somebody else's house and my house and not do
Mhm.
anything. And now it's where I
Yeah.
can, just barely do the job I do and my house. When I get home, I'm just tired as hell. I don't want to do nothing.
I understand
Exactly.
that. I
Like even
do.
going to the grocery store just stresses me the hell out.
People get in the damn way, don't they? I
What
hate
else
it
you
Did
when
you
the
talking
say you
about
got our
today?
employees get
jellyfishes
in the
back on your
way.
channel?
It's like, can't y'all stock the shelves third shift? They always get in my damn way. The employees. It's like, why can't they stock the shelves third shift and then I can come in and
Hmm.
shop? And then the guy in the meat department eyeballs me if I move his meat around. I'm gonna move it, dude. Yeah, so anyway.
Did anybody watch
I was
Ernie last night? Talking about the drama with Southern Girl. Did you see how ridiculous he was?
I
I
know he was
caught
scared,
some of it.
but he
Oh
got
my
rid of it.
god,
I didn't get to
he was
see any. He
extra
deleted
ridiculous,
it.
and he deleted it.
Said hi
Was
to him.
he?
I was going to go over it
Hmm.
today,
Say that
but he
again,
deleted it.
Sarah?
Oh, you recorded it,
Oh, you deleted it?
Constance?
No, I didn't get it recorded. I'm mad I didn't.
Oh,
Doesn't Say La Vie always record them though?
Oh, I don't know.
but
I thought
somebody
they're
has
buddies
it.
now.
Oh, I
But
thought
yeah,
she always.
I don't know.
he was extra stupid last night, and it was hilarious.
What was he saying last night?
Oh, we just kept saying, Jimbo's big mad. Jimbo's big mad. And it was like, Jimbo wasn't mad. Look at
No,
Jimbo's a sore loser. And I'm like, Jimbo didn't lose.
Content.
Jimbo didn't lose anything.
I
It was
know.
content opportunity.
Yeah, it was just like he was just saying things that were the extra ridiculous, and I'm like, Jimbo didn't even lose, you fool. But there was more on there. I'm trying to think of what else he was saying.
So basically, he had no clue what was even going on.
No clue at all.
Just like the fighting.
Yeah, he was just,
Yeah.
he was like telling his own story. He didn't know what was going on. He was just telling his own story.
Jimbo wasn't mad. He was just wanting to get it fixed and
Don't
straightened out.
content me, bro.
Yeah, he kept saying, "This is what happens when Jimbo loses. This is what happens when Jimbo loses." And I'm like, Jimbo wasn't even losing, dumbass. And Ricky's the one that lost, you fool.
Yeah, let's
They
see.
coulda
Who
helped
went
him.
home? It was Ricky. Who was the other one?
Monkey ass.
Oh, yeah. I don't know her.
I don't know if many people helped Ricky though. They could have helped, Maybe,
Yep.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I told him to leave his taco truck out front, though. We gotta have tacos in there.
Did y'all see the clip where Kaz called me, said I was racist?
Yes. That doesn't sound like that's what you're saying at all.
Not at all. I was like, and you know what? Ernie deletes all of his videos. Thank bejesus that he left that one up so I could go prove it. I don't know how that worked out, but it did.
Yeah, that was good. It was pretty obvious in the speech context when you listen to the whole sentence.
Yeah.
If anyone cares to,
Yeah.
I thought he didn't like people streaming him. And
Ernie?
he streamed, and he streamed Southern Girl.
I think he was. He was just playing her like the
Oh, okay.
the voice. Yeah. But
well, he's not too happy with her. I'm assuming lately, probably because of the skip trace, bro. The joke
Let me
around
ask you
skip
something,
tracing.
Constance, because this is your area of expertise. What he's doing, is that what Mallory was describing as a proxy channel?
No, but I think like Ghost is. You know how Ghost might be like a proxy channel, maybe?
With
Like
that's
a
all they
survey
talk
channel you can
about.
stream through. I don't know. I didn't hear her say it, I guess.
No, me neither.
She was saying it's when you're banned from YouTube, but another channel under someone else's name will show your content.
Oh, I think she's talking about like did you know who Mrs. Effin Wonderful is?
No.
Oh, well, she had her channel taken down, and now she's like a co-host guest on Restream News, I think it's called, to where she doesn't have a channel, but she's always on his channel, so it's like her having a channel. That's it. Yeah. No, Ernie's just straight out ban evading again because it's his own channel.
So that he is ban evading.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
what
like,
happened to Salty Pancake.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that's what happened to Salty Pancake.
Yeah.
He just disappeared one day, but he had a lot of viewers.
And Ernie said he's going to get monetized here any day.
Has he ever been monetized?
I think one time for a short time, but not long.
Yeah. I don't remember what happened to it to take it away.
Yeah, what was it taken away? Oh, that's right. He had that they had that auction thing, or
right.
It was a lottery. Yeah. That's
with the
right.
balls, he was trying to make the ball thing. Yeah.
And it was like a blow up Grinch or something.
Yeah, put in a certain amount of money and you can win an entry.
Yeah.
And he kept telling me all the numbers. Photoshopped, and we know it's photoshopped. You can run it through your own program to see it's photoshopped.
Right. The name of the program is called Photo Forensics, FOTO Forensics.com. And also, if you look in the arm, the one that looks like, you're saying the angle of the arm, you can clearly see different coloring under the armpit. And the arm is extremely small and very sharp where it shouldn't be so sharp because there was lines
Mhm.
drawn around it. But photo forensics, you just run it through and it says that Photoshop 3.0 was used and it's not me that did it. I'm just reporting on the
Yeah.
findings. Try it
True
yourself.
Gypsy, she has a clip of him talking, and she manipulated
Balls.
his hands to be really, really tiny.
Mm.
And when you watch it, he stares through his hands, and it's like his hands are getting smaller and smaller. It's a funny clip. That's
I
true,
didn't see it.
true Gypsy who has that.
And
And
he
somebody
always
made a
does that.
comment. His hands are getting smaller.
I don't really. I'm gonna check it out.
He does that fisherman's trick where my dad always told us a long time ago, when you
Mm.
catch a fish, if you hold it up, hold it out straight and take a picture of it, it looks like a huge fish, as opposed to if you hold it back towards your body. So that's an old fisherman trick that,
I know the trick because I have
yeah.
fishermen in the family
So
and
he
they
always
always
wants his
do it.
arms look bigger, so his arm's always up, like that, but it makes his other arm look tiny because it's just an illusion.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he has tons of entertainment. He just doesn't realize it. So we're laughing at him, not with him.
Funny.
So what are you ladies doing today?
I was
We are
at
in verdict
nursery.
watch with the West case, Cal City Boys. They had
Oh.
closing arguments, and now it's been handed over to the jury to deliberate. These are the two
Oh.
boys, Classic and Sincere.
Yeah.
I think that Doug and Benny covered the case last year.
Mhm.
Yeah. Finally going to trial.
Mm.
Yeah.
Another crazy case.
Yeah, fingers crossed and prayers that we get a guilty verdict soon.
Yeah.
I think they're screwed.
Yeah, I do too, definitely. When they had their own child get up there and say, I touched his dead body.
It was cold. How much more do you
it was
need?
cold. And
Ugh.
don't tell or you'll get taken from us.
Did the kids testify?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Gypsy played the clip a little while ago. It's just didn't they
Mm.
report?
You
Didn't
can
they?
rewind it and hear
Yeah,
what
it's
all
I
they
good.
can't
said.
watch things like that. Things like that just taxes my mental health like no other. Because I
Well,
just think,
it
I
was
heard you
another
say, why
adult
didn't my
reading
mom
it.
have him back,
Yeah.
Just too much.
I can't imagine why they did that.
So in this case, they had to prove there was no proof of life. So all over their new home and property, there was no DNA, no spit, no saliva, no urine, no nothing.
Oh my
And
gosh.
there was no footprints. They're able to do a forensic test to see if the babies ever walked on the grass. And they're like, that didn't happen. They've never been to this house. It's all a lie. Yeah. And the first one, the way he died, choked because she was pureeing this 3-year-old's food. She didn't like the way he doesn't breathe well through his nose, and so he was an open mouth chewer. So they would puree his food so they wouldn't have to hear him chew.
Instead of teaching him.
Oh my gosh. And so he choked on that?
Yes. And then the second one, this conspiracy to commit murder and then murder because they felt like they weren't going to be able to hide one. I mean, it looks suspicious when they're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they think that there was evidence that they got rid of the second one because he wouldn't be quiet. Where's my brother? Where's my brother? And things like that.
Were they twins?
No, they were 1 year apart. They
Oh.
were brothers. One was 2 and one was 3.
Ugh. Yeah, I can't. And like I used to watch, I used to love to watch the plane crash shows. They would show the plane crashes until my son started flying to Florida all the time. And now I feel like if I watch them, it's gonna wish it
I'd never.
existed. So I can't watch the plane crash shows now.
Nope.
Well, Leslie had shared some really good stuff in Discord one time, and it was Arkansas State Highway Patrol, and then there was
Oh
another
yeah.
one that was pretty good. And the other one that she shared, it talked a lot about trafficking. I wish I could remember that. I'll have to go look, but uh, there was a lot of interviews with trafficked women, and that was a real interesting. I watched a couple of those.
I watch one that's called Old Squishy Garden, and it's he just finds
Me
public
too.
court cases, and they're
Yeah,
crazy. They're just I mean, some of them are just insane.
they are. I don't know what drew me to that. I found it one day, and then I started
Mhm.
watching them off and on here and there. I get sucked in, and I watch all of them. I'm like,
Mhm.
why am I watching these
Yep.
court cases? I have no idea why. They suck you in,
Yeah.
And the
and they
people are
are
in
funny.
court from home, and it's just crazy.
There's some crazy things on there. I agree.
That's why I've got to see cases all the way through. It really, really, disturbs me to hear details. So I've got to know that we got justice. I got to know that these people are off the streets.
Yep.
hmm And 8MC is all the interrogations and when they come in for questioning, those videos,
Yeah.
they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I like to see the interrogations myself. Or when they think that they're out of the room and then they do things and they get caught on camera, dummies.
Yeah.
Oh, like that Jodi Arias when she was doing handstands.
I didn't see that one. Oh my
What a
goodness.
fruitcake, Jodi Arias.
That's a little
She
out
killed
there.
her husband or fiance while he was in the shower. Yeah, she was like
Handstands.
yeah, she was doing handstands.
The one I just watched, Daisy, I made a comment on it. The guy's in custody, and while he's in custody, he keeps when the cops are gone, he keeps putting his hands up his pants, just scratching his balls and scratching his balls and scratching his balls. Well, then when the cops come in, they're like, hi, sir, and they shake his hand, and I said, dude, I'm never shaking hands with anybody ever again. And there's 1,100 likes on that comment. But yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bet that cop's like kicking himself in the ass, going, "Oh my god!" I'll have to post the link on my Google tab to show you. It's awful.
Flizzy B says, I think he didn't want to eat it and they forced him to. He gagged and threw up in his mouth, and they held their hand over his mouth because he couldn't breathe well through his nose. Yeah. He had like sinus,
Yeah.
That makes
what do you
sense.
call that?
So
Deviated
abnormal.
septum.
I cannot
Like when they
imagine.
were trying to force him to swallow the food and he kept gagging.
Good. I hope someone in jail does it to them.
Yeah, Jodi Arias killed Travis Alexander, her ex-boyfriend. Yeah, she's the one that was doing handstands in the
What a wacko.
interrogation. Yes.
What was it? Is it Single White Female or one of those movies, one of the Tyler Perry movies, where the guy is like dying in the bathtub or something, and she doesn't go get help? I'm trying to think of what it was, but my husband's best friend, his mother has a real life story about that, but she didn't go to prison. Her husband beat her as long as I've ever known her. He beat her. He treated her like shit. And he was in the bathtub having a heart attack. And she just walked really slow to the phone. And she dialed 911. She just waited. And he died.
But she did what she was supposed to, technically,
Yep.
right?
Right. She
I
called
see what she did
911.
there.
So then hurry about it.
I see what she did there.
Yep. She's like, I'm getting it. I'm calling the ambulance, honey.
Well, what do you think about all this with Don when he got on the lab and said that the kids said they don't want to come back?
I can see that. I can see it both ways. Like, if you're a poor kid and you don't have anything, and then you go to foster care, and you finally have, money to do stuff with it, I could see where you might not want to go back.
Well,
in my situation, my dad had shag carpet, Doritos, and MTV. He won.
Yeah, and see, I kind of thought that the kids would be like the kids on Talladega Nights. There's two little boys like they would want to go home to the country. I kept thinking they'd probably like, fuck this, we want to go back to our motorbike. But I don't know. And another thing, like someone said the other day, that's so tight-lipped. How do we know that the boys said they didn't want to? I mean, that's
Dawn said it.
oh, Dawn said it. Yeah,
Well,
that's right. Dawn
it's from
said
the
it.
parents' mouth. I mean, it could
Yeah,
be
he did
wrong,
say.
but we would trust him
Yeah,
more than anyone, I guess, in that
yeah,
and for that kind of reason, I guess. And he
But that
wasn't
was why
drunk.
he was on panel, because he was mad about it.
He
yeah.
didn't seem
I do
drunk
remember
though.
that. But I don't know
It
if they,
was
did they say they want to come home for the abuse, or did they say they want to come home because they had more stuff at the new place, or I
no,
don't
he
know.
just said they were doing good, they were happy, they're doing basketball, football, like all these things
Oh
sound like
yeah,
they have a schedule, stability, and the things
yeah,
that, even though kids don't want rules, they do
yeah.
crave stability and schedules. And I mean,
Absolutely,
they just might
absolutely.
be having, they just might be enjoying it,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, if they want to stay there, I'd absolutely let them stay. I mean, I wouldn't fight them.
It's not easy decision to make either, and they're and not like they have the choice right now per se, but I guess
Yeah.
maybe it's hard to make that decision, for them to be happy at
I
the
would hope
same
that
time.
Dawn and Candace still stay in contact, because I don't think you should ever be shut off of your mom or dad unless it's like horrid, abuse like that. I don't know.
I think
You're
last
making
we
a good
heard they were cut
point.
off. Yeah.
Are they allowed to like spoil them so they will choose the foster parent? I mean, take for instance, let's just say, oh, they bought him a PlayStation 5. He ain't going nowhere.
Hmm.
That's not
Well,
fair.
just having clean clothes and clean environment might be spoiled to them kids. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't take too much for them to be impressed.
Some
But
foster homes are good, some are bad.
yeah, I had
And
I
maybe
had a
they
really
got a
good
good
one
one.
and I had a really bad one. I had two
Yeah,
really bad
exactly.
ones.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
um,
just, it doesn't seem fair if that does happen, when you go to foster, if they,
mhm,
are up for adoption, if they do, go and just lavish them with gifts so they will choose them.
mhm. Well,
They're
Molly
also,
Golightly said she'd take all three of the boys and adopt them.
yeah, that was for show, I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Can
remember
you
that
imagine with
actually.
this?
Now that you see.
But I just hope they at least stay in touch with them somewhat.
Last
Because
I knew, I thought they said they couldn't though. For now, I thought there
yeah,
was once Dawn got out of jail, they changed it. But you
yeah,
know what? Maybe they're extra sensitive to them too, and maybe they are spoiled because of the sensitivity of the case. Maybe these people are
mhm,
following along, watching it too. It's hard not. Wouldn't
mhm.
you be extra sensitive and want to lavish them the way like with all
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff going on?
definitely.
I mean, I think I would want to
I
give
hope
them
they got
extra
good
love.
foster parents.
It sounds like, yeah, from Dawn's. I don't know. We can only go by what he said.
But like we was talking about Ryan Upchurch the other day, and I was like, I don't care. No, I don't care how batshit crazy your mama is. You need to love her. I don't.
Yeah,
I stand by that forever. I don't care. She might be batshit crazy, but you still have to love her. You may not agree with her and like what she does, but damn it, you still have to love her. That is your mama.
yeah.
I guess I can say that because I'm nuts, and I tell my kids
Yeah,
that
you
all the
hear
time.
that, adult kids? Call your damn mom.
Yeah, right. No matter how batshit crazy she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know my youngest is always going to call on my birthday. He'll call me the day after. Happy birthday, Mom. I was like, happy birthday. And they're like, oh, I'm a day late. I'm like, yeah, it's okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Both my boys are doing good and, living their life and being adult. And as much as I would love to have them back home with me, I guess that's what they're supposed to be doing good and living their life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I
So
hate being empty nest.
what is this? What is this? I haven't gotten to get over there. What is this friend saying that's upsetting everyone
Ooh,
so much?
Kathy the friend, the
Yeah,
text
Kathy the
messages,
friend.
right?
What is it that she's saying that's got all these channels streaming her and doing
I haven't
commentary?
paid attention.
Well, she has her
Did,
own channel. We could
did
check
she
it out.
betray our trust or something? I haven't gotten time to do
Yes.
it. So I was hoping Constance maybe knew.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I get it, Fuzzy B. Duh, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, it's plus exactly that's what she did. Well, here's 911. Exactly what she did. But he deserved it. He absolutely 100%. This lady wasn't, but probably the same, about 4'11", little tiny thing, and she was just the best. But he was a old biker, crotchety old bitchy guy, and he bitched and bitched and bitched, and he'd hit her, and ugh, couldn't stand it. She would never leave. When he died, she lived her best life, though. She did.
Mm.
She was
So,
recent.
so this friend Candid, what's her name? Kathy. What are they so mad about her coming out and saying something about a jacket?
The Summers jacket that we see in the picture, everybody assumes that she went missing with the jacket, and Candace has the jacket. So everybody says, oh, "What? Candace has the jacket?" Well, it was never said that Summer went missing in the jacket. Everybody just assumes Summer went missing in the jacket. But the jacket in the milk jug picture, that's Candace has that in her keepsake box.
Okay.
And everybody thinks it's a big scandal because here's the jacket. Well, nobody said the jacket was ever part of her missing.
So did Kathy think that there was an issue with
I
her
think
having the jacket?
she's pretending like anyway, yeah.
Oh.
It's just like the Benny and the phone. The phone, and then the jacket. No, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, everybody just assumed that the jacket went missing with her, I guess.
Some people are saying she's doing it to build her channel,
Yeah.
but I don't
Everybody
know
that
because
never
I
came in
haven't followed her.
contact turns on her like that,
That is true, and they've verbalized that many times. I think they even just said that last night or maybe the night before.
Hmm.
You know, she's on Daisy's a lot. I've been catching some of Daisy's clips, especially Ernie was on there the other night.
I've
They were all
seen
talking
that.
about the wieners and stuff, and I'm like, Lord, what is
Yeah,
going
I'm
on?
blocked in there, so I can't. I'm blocked because I
The
supported Donna
wieners.
Cameron.
Wait, what do you mean the wieners?
They're talking about wieners, just goofing around
Oh,
And he
okay.
was on
in
camera, and they
Daisy's
were all like
chat.
drooling over him. All those old ladies were like, "Oh, Ernie, you're so
Yes,
cute."
it's a good place to
Yeah.
get attention because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in there doing it. I mean, I don't talk in there; I just watch, I guess, sometimes.
Ernie was trying to describe a time when he was
Is
having
it
sex
just like a
upside
lot of
down.
gossip now?
Yeah.
Make some Kool-Aid.
What did you just say about upside down getting it on? What?
Oh, Ernie said he was trying to describe one time. He says him and a girl were in the back of a truck, and the truck was headed uphill or downhill or something. And he was saying how he couldn't have sex up something that it didn't work out or something. I was like, it didn't work out because you were playing for the wrong team, not because you were parked up a hill. But I couldn't say that because I'm blocked in there. But I wanted to. Yeah.
Oh man.
He gets on there and tells his great stories. Signed another contract.
Well, did you have a good time in the barnyard?
Yeah,
I
I
love that
thought
game.
I
I
was
think it's fun.
I only had time to call in that one time, and that's it. And then I see the controversy afterwards. But yeah, I've been.
There's been a lot going on, in all
Yeah,
the channels. The the Soapgate 2023. I've been
Oh
both
following
yeah,
days
that
that
that I've
too.
been
too.
busy
That's
with.
right.
I think that's why I left Daisy's channel when
Yeah,
Ernie was on there when I was flipping through. I think I went to go watch Queen Bee. Maybe they've
yeah,
been doing a lot of Soapgate coverage.
that's what I've been concentrating on, the Soapgate.
Yeah.
So great.
I'm
Yeah.
always like, is Constance in the chat too? Because I don't really chat much in there, just if I see you.
So what was the final answer? Does he make his own soap or no?
Mm-mm.
No, he don't. I mean, he might make some soap, like
Melt and
yeah, but he
pour
don't make
kind.
all the soap. He don't make.
Not the kind he's selling cold
Yeah.
pressed. He's saying he did a demonstration. All right, so here's this. Constance, did you see his demonstration? Because I went to watch it last
Yeah.
night and his video is gone.
No, I didn't
Yes.
get to see it.
Because he's labeling that he makes cold pressed soap, and everybody's been educated in Queen Bees about cold press. If you make
And
cold
Sarah
press,
knows
you
how
have
to make soap, so she
Oh, I
knows.
do. There's a few different kinds of ways, and the way he's demonstrating to people, they're ignorant of the method. So he did a little bit of melt and pour in those
Mm.
couple molds he has. There's no way he's selling all that soap in 3 different little molds. He has 3 little molds, dinky little molds. He's selling loaves because the swirl patterns match the loaf. You know what I mean? So it's clearly loaf. And if he's buying loaf and cutting it, like melt and pour, you can, it hardens pretty fast and then you can use it right away, But the other kind he's selling, you have to cure it. So if he's claiming he's making soap and then selling it, you have to have a room to dry out soap. If you're marketing soap like that, you need like a whole room to let it have the different
And he
stages
made
of
it and
curing.
packaged it the same day.
Right, and it would have to sit. If you're making cold pressed soap as labeled, it needs to sit for 4 to 6 weeks to cure. I do hot press soap mainly.
And he's making like 600% profit.
Maybe even over 700, but yeah, for sure. And then all those lotions and stuff, like I told you, I think before Queen Bee was talking about the lotion stuff, I had found all the lotions on the website, and I think he's getting the 1 to 5 gallon buckets because they all match the scents.
Yeah.
And he sells dog shampoos, I guess, too, and all the other stuff is on the website. I didn't look at the dog shampoo, but I go to a pet shop for that.
You go to a pet shop for what?
Dog shampoo. I probably wouldn't buy like handmade dog shampoo, because I don't know what's in it. I'd like to. I don't know. That sounded a little weird to me. Dolly's selling dog shampoo too.
Oh, wow. He's got a whole line.
Of Adam's products.
Gosh.
Like one of the products on Adam's website is called monkey farts. Okay, and then on Dolly's website it matches the picture and it's called turtle farts. That's just one instance.
Oh, are you serious?
So he's just changing the names, putting the same picture there.
And the company doesn't mind if you do it. The company says, hey, you can do this. It's just the fact that Dolly's lying to everybody saying, no, I really make it. Just come out and say you're not making it, dude. And
then he did a demonstration, which I wanted to see myself because people said he just did it. It was last night. I think I went to go see it. And it's gone. He deleted it. I guess he was doing some melt and pour and saying, see, and telling people, see, look at, I'm trying to do a swirl right now. And it didn't work because you can't really swirl with melt and pour kind of soap.
It just made it like combine colors.
Yeah.
Here's my soap, and we do make it, and I've got it on video. It is the
plug.
Yep.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
Then you know about making soap too. You ought to get in on Soapgate.
I have been. Nobody did it except for Bob and Lori, and let's see, New York to LA bought some.
Yeah, Bob and Lori have been supportive and standing up for you again, like I said, against when Griff was talking crap about your soap. But that was only because it was something they were promoting. He probably doesn't even know who you are, so.
Yeah, because nobody watches me anyway. I doubt Griff knows who I am.
No.
No.
Well, you have to come over to Queen Bee's chat and tell everybody how to make soap too and promote your soap.
Yeah, there's a few other soap makers I've seen in there.
Oh, really? I don't know who she is. That's her channel name, Queen Bee?
Yeah, she's hilarious.
I'm subscribed. They're pretty funny, yeah. There's a whole panel of them that go up and talk, and they're pretty funny.
Open panel. If you ever want to go up and talk, anybody could go up and talk.
She does have big panels. I just feel like most of them are usually the standard same, it seems like. So I kind of just watch, and I don't really know many of the people in there, but I guess it's pretty funny to watch, I gotta say. Yeah.
They are pretty funny most of the time. But she has long panels, so that's like when I'm at work, I could, you could just, I don't really see chat, but I just put it on and play it and just listen, because hers are hours
when you have nothing to do. Yeah, they're long. If you need to fill your time while you're doing stuff around, doing tasks and stuff.
Yeah.
And there you go. She has, 4 or 5 hour ones often.
Yeah. Heels in the Air goes up there on panel now. Just love her.
I saw one of her videos this morning, the Dolly video.
Yeah. Oh, I can show it to you. Hold on, I'll get it.
Yeah, see, even Gypsy made her swirls look better. Dolly's just like he tried to swirl it and it just made one color.
That's why I wanted to see it. It's gone. I checked Jimmy Jams and the regular.
Yeah,
no videos for the last a couple of weeks. I couldn't find any.
Yeah.
This one is lemongrass, and it's 6 a bar. You can see it. I can take it out here and let you see how big the bars are here.
You'll have to watch the channel Tanya G too, because she's the one that busted him not making his own soap.
Oh,
That's cool.
that
I
trip.
forgot how much he sells his for, but it was outrageous.
So there's that. And it's $6 plus shipping. Yep.
Good. Or note the beautiful packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is yours the melt and pour, or is yours the hot and cold, or whatever that called?
There's hot
Yes.
processed
Yeah,
glasses.
glycerin,
Yeah.
and I've got the goat milk. It's orchid lemongrass.
This all inspired me. All this talk about soaps got me thinking I am gonna make me a batch of crock pot goat milk soup. I mean soap. I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do a chocolate one. Soup, I know, because it's a crock pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think chocolate maybe coffee, maybe mocha. I don't know. Maybe a couple different ones because I like sandalwood vanilla, but I just do it for self anyway. But I do like making it.
Sandalwood
It's very
vanilla.
Yeah, I love sandalwood. Sandalwood it's usually a more masculine scent, but I do love sandalwood with amber is actually my favorite. It's hard to find sandalwood amber stuff. Amber is great. It's like perfume, a little bit of perfumey smell.
Let me put my
And lavender lemon is my other favorite.
here's
I
my
think it's Allen
email.
Soap that has all those scents.
Email.
You just send me your address and I can ship it to you. It is $6 a bar plus shipping. And our shipping price is what, Ken? We got the boxes. Do you remember?
I'm glad you got those to figure it out which ones are better, you know? Oops. Red light.
Yeah, it depends on how many bars you buy.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's cheaper to buy a few than you get all the bang for your buck for the shipping.
That was another thing. He was charging
Just saying.
shipping for each bar. Like if it was $4 for a bar, he charged it for four every time. You didn't get a break on shipping.
Oh, he didn't give the refund like they do on eBay?
No, he just
Oh,
it was
wow.
$4. I think it's up. Don't quote me on the amount, but he charged the
so
same
no
amount whether
break.
you ordered 2 or 10.
Oh, man, that's not good.
Thank you, Justice Jane. I appreciate that.
He was making money.
Get those toilets that connect with armrest. We can just sit on those. That's fun.
This is nice to be able to be out and about and do my errands, chat on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband is working at home with my son who hasn't gone to school in days because here's one of my pet peeves. People who send their kids to school sick and get everyone sick, including the teachers. Last Friday, a child went to school sick, so I was told me someone sick. And then for Mother's Day weekend, both teachers were sick, and all the kids were sick. So Monday comes around, I asked them, every day I've been texting the teachers every morning, do you still have a sick child in class? Yes, I'm sorry, they won't keep their masks on. That's not the point. The 2 teachers even got sick. I can't believe a total disregard for everyone, especially on Mother's Day weekend where people could have been traveling to meet their mothers and stuff. And potentially, it just blows my days. What? Hasn't gone since why
Your
we
robot.
already
Your
tried that.
roboting. Okay. Now say all that again because you were all roboted.
I'm in a bit spot. You tell me if you hear me now when I back up a little bit.
It's roboting.
Can you hear me better?
Keep talking.
Still roboting? Am I still roboting? I moved
Now
a little
you're not.
bit.
Now you're good.
Okay. Okay, I didn't know what part. So I'm just saying my kid hasn't gone to school since last Thursday because people are sending their kids to school sick. And I asked them, why don't you ask the principal and nurse to make their parent come pick them up? We've already tried that. What more do you do at this point? My kid's missing his last days of school before summer vacation. I just feel pissed right now. Don't send your kid to school sick, please. It's very infuriating.
You know, when that happened to us, let's see. It's kind of like it's a double-edged sword. When you're a single parent and the employer
Yes.
threatens to fire you, what do you
Yes,
do?
good point. You have a good point, but I actually know the parents and they're both home and don't work because they're retired.
Yeah. Okay.
So I understand, and I would definitely take that into consideration. I sure would. I try to think from all perspectives always, of course, yes.
So employers have to like loosen the hell up. I got
Hmm.
really lucky, and I worked for several companies that let me just have unlimited sick days, and that's the truth. They did.
We have two big packing plants here, and anytime there's a snow day, all hell breaks loose because the packing plants don't want anybody to
Oh, I
miss a day of
bet.
work. There's no daycares to take the kids. Kids can't go to school. Kids are stuck at home. So the whole town just loses their damn mind. And it's always just we have a
Oh,
Dodge
I
City
bet.
chat page, and it's all full of this, and the other. It's like, oh my God, figure it out, people, figure it out.
That sounds rough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they just basically want to use it for daycare so they can have a break, which I do understand, but now my
Absolutely.
kid's been home for almost a week because you're ignorant and you got two teachers sick and another child.
Let me read
That's
this by
all. That's my end of my rant.
Justin. Let me read this real quick by Justice Jane, and I also posted it, Justice Jane, to this and to my community page. She said missing Madeline Kingsbury, 26 years old, from Winona, Minnesota, was last seen 3/31/23 after dropping off her two kids
Oh,
at daycare. She drives a 2014 dark blue town and country van, Chrysler van. I shared that
oh
also
wow.
on my community wall there for justice. So thank you very much for letting us know that. Thank you.
I wonder if she went to pick up the children. I mean, never showed up to pick up the children, and then they, discovered there was something wrong. The poor kids, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No,
That's horrible.
it
Pretty young
is.
too.
Yeah. Yep. Mm.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of time ago. I wonder if there's any movement on it. Do they have any leads? Do they any more information? Was there arguments with anyone? Was she having an affair? I wonder if there's more info.
Mm.
Was it a random attack?
Let's see, she has another one here. Cheryl Frost, 77 years old, from Johnson City, Tennessee, has a medical condition,
Oh,
possibly in Virginia, thought to be driving a 2015 white Jeep Patriot with Tennessee tag 429, B as in boy, J as in Jane, M as in Michael, D as in David. This boy's
wow.
already been he's deceased. Justice, this one's deceased.
This one, I'm dying. I'm dying for info on that one.
Yeah, he was found in an alligator.
No,
Yeah. Hey there, is my
no, not
hero
Cody, but
Constance. Yeah, it was Cody Bixby, wasn't it? Was he not the one that was
no,
found?
no, Cody
It's a
Biggs.
different one.
No, no, that was a different one.
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Cody
Cody
Bigsby's father
Bixby
last I knew was
is
okay.
4 years
Yep.
old, missing from Hampton, Virginia. The boy's father, Corey Bixby, wow, their names are similar, reported Cody missing on 1/31/21. Really? That's a long time ago.
I thought it was 22. I thought it was a lot sooner. Because
Claimed to
that's
have last
before
saw
Summer
him at
Wells.
2 a.m. The boy had disappeared by 9 a.m. No Fear says hello to Constance. I've been hoping for
There you
news
are.
on
There's your good
him.
buddy. No fear, your best buddy's here.
Okay, so that's not the same little boy. Sorry, scratch that. Okay,
Yeah, I
thank you,
thought he was
Justice.
missing after Summer Wells, though. And Summer Wells was 15, 2021.
She said it was a week before Christmas.
Okay, yeah. I just feel like it was like not. It was way after Summer Wells, but last I knew he wasn't found, but they were doing press conferences, and then all of a sudden there was nothing, you know. And I was afraid he was
Ricky,
going to get out of it.
if I was your hero, you wouldn't be so ridiculous. Like sitting over there in Ernie's chat last night, laughing about Jimbo being the loser when you knew Jimbo wasn't laughing about being the loser. You goofball.
No fear. He was doing what? Here's Cody's picture. Y'all can see that. Oh, Cody Bixby. 1 year later, Hampton Police Chief talks about case of missing child. Hampton Police started looking for him 1 year ago on January 31, 2022, after his father, Corey Bixby, reported him missing. Okay, so there's the timeline.
Cute little boy.
Yes, he
I'm
is.
pretty sure that father left 5 kids alone. 5 kids alone under the age of 5 when he would leave for a couple hours to go shopping and stuff. 5 kids under the age of 5.
You want to come up, No Fear, and address Constance?
I was gonna say something, but I was like, don't do it, Sarah. You want to come up and bond?
Tell us why. Just why.
Want to come up and hang out?
Is Constance still here?
He is a cutie.
Is Constance still
Cody
here?
Bixby is cute as heck.
Security.
Constance, where art thou?
Tell us why, No Fear. Why?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, I'm inviting him up to see why.
Come on, no fear.
I won't yell.
Come on down.
Thank you for keeping us updated, Justice Jane. We really appreciate that.
This could be fun content.
Yeah.
It could be a fickle.
Open the damn email, Ricky.
Yeah, you want.
Come on back, go with us. Come on, come on up. Come on down.
Come on with it.
Price is right. Come on down. To the Price is Right.
Let's talk about racing.
Tell us why you love Ernie.
Yeah, how did you guys meet, actually? I am curious, now that you say that.
How they met?
Well, he was already in the group when I joined.
They met through Jamie, his brother.
Oh, right. Okay. My bad, forgot. There's so many people on here, I can't take it all, you know?
You want to come up? No Fear, Ricky? Ricky. Come on up, Ricky.
Yeah, we've been talking about some of those pictures, Sandy. He will in a few minutes. All right. This could be fun.
Stop pressuring me, dude. Right.
Maybe we can sing Kumbaya.
We could talk about how come it's me and Lori, who have been faithful tigers, are being treated like shit in Tiger Chat.
Really? I did see that somebody got timed out. I did see somebody that's very faithful get timed
Lori?
out.
Lori got timed out? Why?
And it's me, yeah.
Well, I didn't see It's Me get timed out. I didn't know that, but I didn't know if it was an accident on purpose.
And Jen. Yep.
Oh, well, I know that whoever did it was somebody that has it's another mod and they have the authority, you know, like super mod. I would think they should be the super mod because they've been around so long. I don't know who's behind that account though, so maybe they just earned the right.
And Ernie told Lori not be a baby, and she's like, "I'm not being a baby."
I didn't hear that. That's not nice.
Yeah. But it was crazy because I mean,
they got it all fixed.
All people. Oh, they got it all fixed. Well, it wasn't fixed, but
we're just reacting to it, you know, opinions, you know.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's sort of a reaction. I think that y'all should be super mods, you know, like but I don't know who's behind the account. It could be a good friend. I don't know.
Jimbo, you can come up too. He said Ernie has new friends. It's a trend.
Right.
Does he have new friends?
New friends.
They'll figure it out. Just give them time. They'll figure it out. Then they'll film like me and Sarah, right?
You might have to drop in. You might have to drop a link too again
Drop a new link.
periodically.
Okay. Okay.
Here and there, just in case it gets lost, buried in the chat. If any,
Come on back, go with us. If anybody wants to come up,
But-
Jimbo or
But Constance,
anybody, May, if you want to come up too.
you saw also the other one get timed out too.
I think I did, but I'm not real sure. I know she wasn't in the chat.
Mhm.
I didn't mean to put it 3 times. Sorry about that.
I did see Jen get timed out, yes.
What was that? I didn't hear Constance.
I did see they timed Jen out too. Yes, they did.
Is that Jim Mel South you're talking
Oh, I
about?
didn't see that.
Oh. I didn't watch them.
And maybe Renee. I'm not sure. I just know it was those people against the Barbara Walters lady and get who else it was. But yeah.
Barbara Walters is OG. She used to be around. She was a mod, early on when I was there, and then left and came back, I believe. But she's OG. She's good friends with Tina too.
Oh, okay. Tina Simmerly?
Yeah, they're good friends.
Not Mama T. Okay. I'm behind,
No.
man. Thank y'all for filling me in. I've been watching these cases, and you get behind in the drama. You really do.
And I didn't see Maggie around any.
I'm just remembering.
Lately.
Yep. Nope. Yes, we don't know who's behind that
Tiger
account.
Inside
That's
is
what we're wondering. Who is Tiger Inside? That's the question.
That's Ernie.
Who's the
Isn't that
official?
Ernie?
Well, if it's him under a different account on another phone, because he's on panel while this was happening.
Mm.
So that would officially be weird. Well, everyone was kind of, there was a little bit of a chat ruckus.
Listening to the West case. Yeah, that's what I did before I went to sleep. I was listening to this lady read the closing arguments. So I missed all that.
Well, I just saw people in the chat saying that person, that supermod, was hiding people and timing out lots of people. I can't say that that's true. I just saw what people were saying. Mods were saying that. When you're a mod, you can see what's going on. Oh, right.
No, they haven't reported the verdict yet. I have my phone on where I'm following it. It's the family and my Facebook. They've formed a group. Yeah, he says Jimbo says it's a mean girl, and they are about to smash Skern.
I thought it was a mean girl too because the Raylan or somebody was talking to the Tiger Inside about blocking people, and they were buddies, and they weren't buddy with It's Me though. I mean Lori or Jen or Renee.
Yeah. I did see some people commenting that they were noticing that before Mama T got the split game, that some people weren't coming in their chat, and that was their observations, and that made me think, that was their own feelings, that some people weren't coming into the chat anymore, but there were some, so that's just their own feelings they were voicing. So maybe
it's coming.
My Facebook group real quick and just see if there's any updates.
But Ernie's got to be a complete fool if he's trusted a mean girl over Lori, It's Me, Renee, and Jen.
They got it. They've had his back since the beginning.
Who was it, Stan? Who was it?
You did?
We call our
you might not want
screen shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Were you? Oh, you guys. Well, I hope you got some sleep.
I want to hear Jimbo say that, partner.
We were up pretty late, and Jimbo had to work.
I like his impressions.
I
now
stayed
we
up
wait
past my
for
limit.
the verdict. They are deliberating. No
that
verdict
could be up
yet.
till 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, because California will be, like 5 o'clock. I think. Be like 9 o'clock our time. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know if it'd be today,
Still verdict watch.
but still,
Boy,
it
wouldn't that
could
be
be.
awesome? Wouldn't that be
I'm just
awesome?
guessing. My guess is on tomorrow, just because I don't know. I just feel like that. Letitia Staunch was 7 hours, I think. I think they went into the next day. Day 2, I think they had a verdict.
Mm.
Do they go home at 5?
I believe it's 5. So I think because I was watching the last one, listening to the audio anyways, and some of it in Gators, because she's been playing the audio the whole time while I was like cleaning and
Yeah.
stuff, and it went till 9 o'clock. The Staunch one.
Hmm.
What happened to Rick? We're trying to make this a fickle.
Mm-mm-mm.
3 hours behind. I thought it was 4. That's Alaska's 4.
Yeah, I thought it was. Oh, I'm thinking of Alaska because I have family there. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours.
My bad. Thank you for that. About my stops for the day.
Gosh,
East Coast time.
prayers in chat for these 2 boys to get a guilty verdict.
Oh yeah.
I thought that they were
Messed
pretty
up. Have
good
to live
at
with the
proving
knowledge.
that they never lived there. They were never there.
Yep.
Then they were talking about how DNA stays on your toothbrush pretty much forever. You can't wash it off.
Mm.
And nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
I didn't know that.
Plezzy, I always remember the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And then so like it goes backwards, so like if it's noon in the east, then go backwards noon, 10, 11. No, noon, 11, 10, 9. 4 in America. That's how I
Where's
remember it.
Flizzy B?
She
Where
can't
is
remember the
Flizzy
time
B?
zone. At the very end.
Okay. So
I
have
know
you
he said the other
unpacked?
day- Go ahead.
Have you unpacked anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but there's much to go. I mean, it's just like
Okay.
Unpacking
I don't want to
is
unpack.
hell.
This is I've moved 4 times in my whole entire adult life. 4 times. So I mean when I'm somewhere I'll stay like a tick no matter what. But we're not going to stay in this house because it's just temporary until I find the house I want that's in my price range. So I'm like, no, I don't need to take that to the new house. And then I'll be like, oh shit, I need that. So you have to go back to storage and get a box and think everything you got. Oh
Oh,
no,
I
that's
hate finding
and
things.
yeah, then I'll back to the storage again, and it's a nightmare.
Thank God I
I'm
haven't
a
had to move around in my adult life.
yeah, I've 4 times, and I'm 55, so I'll stay in a shitty house forever if I have to, just because I hate to move. But my landlord here lives in Louisiana, and she had to sell it because her daughter's on she's a special needs child, and to get services, they kept calling this house an asset because she had it in
Oh,
Kansas,
right.
so she had to sell it. Been here 11 years. I love my neighbors and everything, and we hated it, but she has to. It's not like really her choice.
I'm going to read this out loud. It says, this is Pee Wee Moore from Facebook. It's their West Coast Cal City Boy group here. I think they started deliberating around 9 a.m. That would be Pacific time. I'm not sure how late they will stay. They can stay pretty late into the evening if they want to. They will notify the family first.
Yep. And then they'll give time for people to get into the room. Like they'll say sometimes an hour, half hour to get everyone time to get, in to listen and everything after they tell the parents. Sometimes they call it beforehand. Like the Letitia one, they said in 1 hour they're going to go back to the courtroom, to read it. Gives time for the press to get there, people that want to watch it, family.
How do these fools think they get away with this? I don't know. How did you even think? Why would you even think that you could even possibly pull this off?
Okay, this is what she says. We probably won't hear a verdict today, but possibly tomorrow or Thursday. If I was a betting gal, I'd say tomorrow afternoon.
I'm betting on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mhm. Might be a hard one. I don't know.
This is the one that Benny and Doug were all involved in, right?
The
Yeah.
first one, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it was Gannon after
Yeah,
this one. Yeah.
yeah, I think.
Cash Gernon is how you say it. Is it Gernon
Mhm.
with an R? Gernon. Hey, Alicia, good to see you.
Hey,
If you
Alicia.
want to, if you want to hear the closing arguments, rewind to the very beginning, and it's the first 10 minutes. We covered it.
And I don't know how
Tomorrow
many of
is
you watched Bullhorn
Thursday.
Betty, but she called the FBI on blank screen today.
I gotta see that. I don't know who that is, but I just want to see why. Tell us why.
Blank screen is just, somebody goes in her chat and trolls, and she, he's told her forever, and instead of just ignoring him, he triggers her like no other. So she's like, that's it, you're stalking me, you're harassing me. So she called the FBI on while she was live.
I think that's a little extreme and wasting resources.
Yeah, especially because you don't know who blank screen is. Like when she would call it on burnt toast. Yeah, I want to file a report against a piece of bread.
They probably laughed at her. Did she record herself calling them?
Yes, she
I gotta
did.
see that.
Hmm. She said he was stalking her. I guess it's a he. I don't know, but I assume it's a he. I don't know why I thought that, but she just needs to ignore him. But yeah, it was funny.
Bullhorn Betty hates him. She says, me says.
There's many people on YouTube that have felt like people are stalking. You just don't go to the FBI first.
Well, I mean, it's funny coming from her who stands out behind people's houses, screams at them through a bullhorn.
Exactly.
Yeah. And all this dude's just saying something on the internet,
When we did that in Gastonia, we were doing it in front of social services. We didn't do it to any of the suspects.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
She don't get it. That's why people come for her, because she's such a hypocrite.
I gotta see that.
And they're all like, how does Blake Screen keep getting through? It's because he has like 1 million accounts. He just makes another Blake Screen account, the same as the first
like
one. So it looks like yes. So people think he's got the secret power to get through, and no, it's just the exact copy of the same account.
You can make more than one. Yep.
Right. Just block him and go on.
Yeah, Carlos comes to mind.
Yep. And Carlos, I get along with Carlos if you just, people see him and freak out, and then he messes with you. But if you just don't freak out,
I mean, weird. Very weird.
Getting back to the West case, how they complained about them always being unhappy. Well, here they are with their natural family, and they look happy to me.
And didn't they only take it because of weed or something?
Just given them back.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Look at that. Look how cute he is.
Adorable.
And they were very underweight. Well, of course, because they were pureeing their food. Broke my heart when I heard the mom. She was just like, if we find them, can you just give them back?
The foster home that I was in, it was a good foster home. She was a single lady, and she used to be a dancer, like ballet dancer. She was wonderful. Her name was Betty Mankin, but she had 30 damn cats. The house stunk with cat piss.
Roger
and
Brown.
I was like, my mom home isn't this bad,
Roger Brown the second.
Yeah. 30 cats.
Wow. Well,
That had to have break.
they were segregating these boys, Constance, from their natural born.
Mm. Oh, sure they were, yeah. The other foster home I was in, we prayed before we ate, we prayed before you sleep, pray before you poop, pray before you drink, pray before you blink, pray before, I mean, we prayed. I was like, oh my God, I think this is a bit much. And I'm Christian.
Right, right. I got lucky when they arrested my mom. They placed us with my dad, but first they placed us with my sister. I think it was just a technicality, but
Mm.
until they went to court and they asked us, who do you want to live with? And like I said, it was either at mom's poor eating pinto beans 30 days a month, or going to dad's where he had Doritos and MTV and HBO. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be with my dad. What? That's not why, but mom was
Did your
abusive.
dad have a rake for the shag carpet?
My stepmom did. She did that. She
Yeah.
had it was a straw rake, and she sure did. She fluffed it up.
My aunt used
They,
to pay us to rake her shag carpet every day. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world.
yeah. And mom had hardwood floors. So I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
So now I like make sure I have carpet in any house. It's not shag, but I appreciate carpets and padding.
What is it? I don't have a deadline to move. I've already moved. I'm just renting this house per month until I find a house I want.
Hey Tracy, good to see you.
It's not it's nothing that I want to live here. It's just cheap and it's
Yeah.
available.
It's the job done. That's kind of what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing. We're here until we figure out where we want to live. It's like, because
Yeah,
the next move we make will probably be the last one.
exactly.
So it's like, where do we want to die?
Yeah. And I kind of went like, I want to, where I'm at now is my hometown, Dodge City, and where my kids are at, is in McPherson County. And anything between there is fine. But I would, my kids do, it seems like they do better without me. If I'm there to be like a crutch, or, it just seems like they just do better if they have to do it on their own and I'm not right there to be easy call on. So I don't know if I want to move right there or stay right here, or I don't know, in between.
I understand that. And my family now is so scattered. Like my dad is in Florida. I have family in Virginia and DC, and then a sister in Asheville, which is the mountains. So it's like, do we want to die in the city, the beach, or the mountains? So I don't know.
And there's great things about the country, and then there's great things about being in town. I mean, when I lived in the little town, I hated driving 15 minutes to Walmart. I hated not having a Sonic, and not having delivery pizza, not having the ice cream man. But I hate the city, some of the city things. So it is a pain. It's just a pain.
Yeah. We were out in the country for about 5 years, and I got tired of that. When you forget an onion or you forget a tomato and you got to go all the way back to town.
If I could draw you a line where all the tornadoes always come, they always go from west to east. Well, not really. I can't say they always do that. That's just it's their typical path to go like that. And where we're staying is right in that path, and without a basement. It's the thing my nightmares are made of. Nightmares. I don't know if you've seen it in Discord or not, but we had a tornado the other night. My niece is like, I said, okay, well, you guys got to call me in time, to get into town. The tornadoes were in Oklahoma, and they called me. I was like, well, maybe not that much time. But out there on the plains, they could just start up, right there where I'm at. It just like scares the shit out of me.
She said it's a matter where you want to live until you die. That's right. The city, the beach, or the mountains. I'm in North Carolina, so they're all good. It's hard to pick.
And I'm like you, this will be my last move. I'm at the time of my life, this will be my last move. These are my last pets because I don't want to die leaving a pet. So my dogs that I have now will be the last dogs I have.
Okay, can you add some water to it then, honey? She says, I'm so tired, I'm overtired. I hear you, May. Pros and cons to everything. Come to the mountains. We did live at the beach for 5 years, and then we lived out in the country for 5 years, and now we're back in the city, and I grew up in the city. So I don't know, maybe the lake life where it's kind of in between, maybe something like that, because we have beautiful lakes. But Boone, North Carolina is where my husband wanted to go. And I have a son that lived there for several years. And when we went, I was like, this is bone chilling cold. I don't think I can do it. I mean, like bones. And
Well, I
I've
have
got
a
like
real
arthritis in my hands and
Mhm.
arms. And holy cow. And like where I've broken my feet and legs several times because I'm clumsy. All I could think about was how I'm going to be in pain the whole time.
the dilemma I have now too is my husband's mother lives in New Mexico and she has a ranch down in New Mexico, and she does the ranch by herself, has cattle, and all the other sons have kids, in school. We don't have kids in school, so rightfully it should be us to move down there to help her with the ranch. But I got a grandbaby here, so
Uh-huh.
who trumps who? Do you go take care of mama like you should, or do you stay here with
Right.
grandbaby? I feel guilty about both.
Thank you. That's what I'm going through. My dad is elderly. He's like, what did we say, 86? I think we did the math one day. And I was like, oh, wow, he really is. And then when I went to go see him, he felt like bones. And this is
Yeah.
someone who walked tall with a big iron on his hip. And so it was a shocker for me. My mouth dropped that this is someone that I would feared at one time, if I made them mad. And
Yeah.
now it's like, oh wow, I need to come down here and stay with them for a while, and because I won't ever get to. And then then there's like my grandson who just moved out of the house last spring, and I'm like, but what if he needs me?
Yep.
It's
And
hard.
I'd be pissed at the woman that said, because I don't want to move to the middle of absolutely nowhere, New Mexico. And
Are
I would
you
be mad at the
serious,
woman
Sandy? I didn't know that. Look at that. She said that my dad lives right up the road
oh,
from her. Well, look at
that's cool.
that. That's
All of us are here.
fantastic.
We all live in the same spot. Cousins, nephews, aunts, cousins, grandparents. All of us are here. Nobody's split.
I love
Just the
that.
saying, I'll feel guilty either way. No matter what I do, I'll feel guilty for not doing the other one.
Can't
Now,
imagine
those of
someone
you that
leaving.
have left Florida, why did y'all move out of Florida? Is there anybody here who's left Florida? I'm interested to know why would you want to leave? Because gosh, all I could think about was I didn't see any homeless camps. The whole time I was in Daytona Beach or Ocala, we didn't see homeless camps. If they're there, we did not see them. And I've been to some cities where they're everywhere. So all I could think about was, why does everybody put Florida down? What's the deal? She
I would
says
be
maybe I just
cautious.
need to live Polk County.
Y'all got a pretty good governor too, don't you though?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh.
She says I never left Florida. I want to. Why? Why do people leave? What she say here? Remember, we were going to meet up when you. Yes, I know. And my mind got so fixated on him being more feeble than I was expecting. And all I could think about was, okay, let's rush through this beach visit so I can get back to my dad. So I never left Florida, but I want to. I want to know why y'all want to leave it. Never been to Costa Rica, but I visited Puerto Rico, and that was a big nope. Yes, that's sort of like Border Town, Mexico. Yeah, I went to Nuevo Progreso. I'm thinking about moving to Tennessee. You would love it. You would love it. Now I'm going to tell you why you would love it. The foliage, the foliage, the foliage, the foliage. And another thing I noticed about Florida, y'all don't have any curbs in your what are they called, subdivisions? And I like curbs, like a sidewalk. By Constance, I like, a curb. I feel safe when I'm on a sidewalk with a curb, because if a car tries to hit you, it's got to hit that curb first. It's becoming too expensive to live here for rent.
Anywhere.
Oh, really? Okay.
Anywhere.
That is a lot. Seeing him after all. Yes, it's been since my daughter passed, and that's she died in 2011. So yeah, it's been 10 years since I saw him. I've only been out of Texas once when I was 4 or 5, and it was Tennessee. Tennessee's gorgeous. It's a lot like North Carolina. I've been looking at coastal real estate online all day. Oh, really? Well, maybe it'll come down when the changing of the guard happens. Do y'all think it will? Okay, Constance, that's fine. That's fine.
Be back.
I have a bunch of family that goes to Pastor Lawson's church in Knoxville. I love him, and my family is pretty cool too. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. She says foliage is overrated. It's funny. You would be halfway to me, Alicia. Yeah. Yeah, you would absolutely love Tennessee. And you're looking at Knoxville? Yeah, I drove there. That's beautiful. Lots to do, too. I like Memphis. Bill Street, where all the jazz musicians are.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Lang, if y'all have ever followed him, he's a jazz musician. He began as a teenager, and he caught someone's attention in one of those dive bars in Memphis, Tennessee, and before you knew it, he was traveling with Mick Jagger. Well, it's been 3 hours, and I'm going to get off here and go finish my dinner. I put some stuff in the crock pot, and it smells really good. So I'm going to head off, and hopefully we'll have a verdict tomorrow. We'll come back at the same time, same place, and do a verdict watch if y'all want to.
Will you go live if something happens, if there's breaking news?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got my thing right here.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Well, y'all have a good afternoon. Thanks for coming.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
Life is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you'll just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm